La, 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 la. Okay. Bam. 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 Boom, baby. Boom. Okay. Let's see. You freaking thing. You freaking thing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What up, B2B? Cop back, cop back, cop back. My heart B2B. My heart is broken. My heart is broken. Pin. Okay. Here. Sign in. Auto find and activate. That so pisses me off so much. Keep session. Sign in. Okay, that seems like it works. That really, oh, that's irritating. That's so irritating. Connect. All right, theoretically that works. What's up, Sandy? I did. You'll live. I'll live. What up, William? Okay, why am I not getting? Why does that not work? Close window. Okay, no active groups. Select live source. That's. I, mm, 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 mm. How you doing? Okay. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Okay, there you go. Jeez. All right, my bad. My bad. There we go. We back. So I guess a lot more things were broken than I thought. Yeah. There we go. So, how's everybody doing? Oh. Oh, dang it. Dang it to heck. Dang it to heck. All right, there we go. Let's see how everything's doing. Did I disconnect it? Nope, we good. All right, my bad. My bad. My bad. Does that work? Nope, doesn't work either. Everything's broken. Okay. Okay. What's up, everything? It's not. Hello. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. All right, let's see. All right, well, that works. Okay, oh, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, oops. All right. There we go. Where's my power cord? 'Tis my first time here for most. Well, welcome, my friend. Yeah, we're just getting going. I used to start streams at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now it's 7 o'clock. I usually have it start to about 8. Welcome to hell. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on the internet. Let's see what YouTube's got for us. All right, let's see. Let's see. I tried a super useful future tech. I have a weapon against deadly cancer. Infighting rocks. Ritual attacks. It's no longer a conspiracy. Atlanta Waffle House cook went viral with his rap songs. That's where I'm at. I'm in Atlanta. I don't know the first. I don't know the time's different from his. Where are you at? Eastern Standard Time to Greenwich Mean Time. You exist in Britain. Yeah, we got a bunch of UKers that hang out here. It's 7:12 p.m. 1912. Lamb uploaded something. Did it make sense? Nope. Yeah. What else is new? Jeez, that guy. At least he's been productive. What up, who's a fail? How are you, my brethren? All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Does conversation equal an endorsement? Everything's politics. It's because you guys got me looking up whack stuff. 13 after midnight? Lol. Productive. Okay. All right. Let's see. Sea Nomads. She dumped her gangster boyfriend. Oh, jeez. What's going on the internet? Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate arrested in Florida, riding super risky delivery bikes in Africa. Dude, look! You guys gotta see this. Look at how many bananas this dude's carrying. All right, hold on. Spain won the World Cup. All right. Look at all these bananas. I also do streams, and it's annoying. Many don't get lots of views when we do good streams, and like streams that just streams nonsense. I listen. I understand. I've been doing this for over a year, and it took like a year before I would get over like 5 or 6 people, and then you swipe down a few, and you see somebody go, and they've got like, yeah, it sucks, yeah. But here's the thing. Yeah, you have to understand the currency of viewers. You could have 100 viewers and 80 of them just go in 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, or other wackadoo stuff. And I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then but we get into really good conversations and stuff here. We get into all kinds of wackadoo stuff. But yeah, so this is the way I think of it, everything. All right, this is the way I think of it. So a bar, okay? You open a bar. You go, you buy a shop, you get it stocked, you got tables, you got the bar, and it's your bar, so you're the bartender. So you open the doors, you show up every day, and you open the doors at the same time every day. No one knows you exist, but they're driving by. And then after a while, as long as you're open at the same time pretty much every day or on your schedule, eventually somebody will come in and sit down and talk to the bartender. And then over the weeks, eventually another person will come in and sit at the other end of the bar, and both of them will just talk to the bartender. Then as the weeks progress, soon there'll be more people coming in. And not only are they there to talk to the bartender, but they start talking to each other. Right. And then people want to show up to the bar, not for the bartender necessarily, but for also the people in the bar. And that's what I consider my stream to be. I consider it to be like, I'll have the doors open for people that want to hang out here. And there's a lot of people that talk to each other, and a lot of people talk to me. So it works out. And I like it. Happy Sunday, TW. There's people I mess with them relentlessly. Yeah, it's all about mindset, brother. Word of mouth is great business. I agree. Thank you, everything. Welcome, my friend. All right, let's see the banana carrier. That's brilliant. They're holding on to the back of the truck. Okay. So I use OBS for streaming, and then I use Social Stream Ninja for the server. So I have OBS running on my computer and Social Stream Ninja running on my computer. And Social Stream Ninja connects through to YouTube. So if anyone chats on YouTube, and if you do, like, sometimes I stream to Kick and or Twitch. And so if anybody chats on those platforms, it gives it all to me at once. And then I can click on whoever's talking. Like, I want to talk to you. I want to bring this up again or this up again. Or say, like, Adana, that's efficient. How are you, Adana? Right? So then I can click on and choose. Or you could also have it set to auto, so it pops up automatically and cycles through automatically. But I don't do that because you have people that come in that say wackadoodle stuff just to try to, and like derail things. But yeah, the stream's cool. We just boot BS around. Richard's big on vitamins and supplements, so he gives out health advice, stuff like that. That's right. And I teach people how to ship bananas, obviously, by holding onto the back of tractor trailers, which I don't recommend. Spain won the World Cup. That's insanity. I use OBS as well. Sometimes I stream directly through my VR using BeamXR. I can use stream keys to add overlays because they make VR content. Yeah, it's not a bad way to do it. Unicorn. Choose a lazy person to do a hard job because lazy person will find an easy way to do it. Agreed. Absolutely right. And lazy people often make it to manager. The people that work hard and bust their ass doing what they're told rarely get moved up in business because you've got someone that's working hard and doing what they're told. So why would you want to take them up? Why would you want to move them up and possibly not be able to replace them with somebody who's doing what they're told and working hard? But people that can find different ways to do stuff because they're lazy will end up moving into management because it will be easy to replace them with somebody, more possible to replace them with somebody that'll just do what they're told and work hard. Bam, everything. Welcome to the family. What up, Scott? I agree. Yellow vegetable. That's not safe. Recently hit 200 subs. Sometime I've been like streaming for like 5 months at best. Yeah, so it takes about 6 months streaming every day. And I used to put out like 1 or 2 shorts a day for like my first 6 to 8 months. So an easier way, if you're streaming vertical, is to put out a short a few minutes before you go live. Because then that'll be in the shorts feed and your stream will be in the shorts feed. So they'll see that little red circle that says live while, so you can get more randos in. But I got a pretty good group of people that come through here now. And I'm happy with where I'm at, especially the money's decent. Like if I was trying to be a 1,000-aire, I'd probably work a little harder. But I'm doing all right. So yeah, heat waves cooling down. Good, brother. Yeah, that you got. Let's see. Temperature in the Netherlands. Also, my name's Edward, by the way. Call me Edward. All right, I'll try to remember as best I can, brother Ed. It's 68 degrees. That ain't too hot. Under cloudy skies. Temperatures around 67 degrees F. Yeah, it looks like it's cooling down. Yeah, you guys got like a nice cool day today. I can easily manipulate the algorithm very easily. Yeah. Right, yeah. Learn the game. Don't learn the rules. Learn the rules. Scott likes to break the rules and get himself banned. He gets like week-long timeouts where he can't stream. I was offered a position with a pay raise. And I decided not to do it. I called off work yesterday and I'm happy about it. Power to the people. F capitalism. Usually I do vertical streams. It appears the vertical feed horizontal for OBS, the vertical feed to BMXR. Gotcha. Oh, the heat wave around me, Richard's the neck of the woods. Don't get me. Yeah. Well, ours didn't get the memo. It was up in the like 89, 90 degrees today. Like big storm came through down here, so it cooled it off a bunch. Still hotter than Satan's butt crack. You think the bananas would like break and fall off? I guess they're held on really tight to the bunch. Look at this guy. Like firewood. Yeah, it's raining here right now. My dog's wigging out over the thunder. So I was up my neighbor's house. I just did a bunch of work for her. I ripped out the old closet, ripped out the drywall, put up new drywall, ripped out the carpet, put in hardwood, luxury vinyl, and put in a closet system. And when I was up there, she's got 3 dogs, or they have 3 dogs, it's husband and wife. They have 3 dogs. One of them hates me whenever they're around. The dog hates me and has like a freaking, like a mohawk down its back, like hair sticking up on its back, like it wants to attack. But when they're not there and I'm there working, he's like all by me. And I had to actually record a video to prove to her, because like he was like, "What'd you do to my dog? Why does my dog hate you so much?" And I was like, "Listen, I didn't do anything to your dog." Here, let me show you guys. I probably should have uploaded it, but I'll show you this real quick. No, we'll do this. And that dog usually hates me. Yeah, he's usually got like hates me. Anyway. Yeah, it's still accumulating at places. We had a heat wave a few weeks ago, and it was so the water in my studio, different building in my house, actually boiling because it's insulated. Really cold. Like, yeah, you guys ain't got no air conditioning, right? What up, strong brother? Even though how nice it was exactly during the doldrum, rain always avoids our place. The pipes are insulated. Technology has a shelf life of a banana. Even my heat pump was struggling. At least you got a heat pump in the UK. What's up, Ozzy? Nice doggy. Yeah, beautiful. It's nice sky smoky where y'all at. Not me. I'm down in Georgia, and B2B's in North Carolina. So up farther north, like New York and whatnot, the northern states, I think got a lot of smoke. Yeah, my Lizzie is kind of like that. She's overprotective of me and growls and barks to everyone, but then she's chill with them when I'm not around, right? Because you're not there to protect, right? The Banana Republic. 100 degrees there? Where you at, Bojangles? Lorraine. 100 degrees. Look at this craziness. Forest fire, yeah, really bad forest fires. That's probably what we should be looking at rather than these guys holding on to the back of the bike. Holding on, riding a bike, holding on to the back of it. Yeah, what's weird? It's like in America, you would see skateboarders doing this. It's weird to see bicyclers doing it. That guy, his bike doesn't have a seat. The guy on the right there, his bike doesn't have, oh, it does have a seat. He's just sitting on the pole in front of it. Any news on the glossy photo with the realigned font? No. Yeah. Well, I got it. My to-do list for tomorrow morning. Strong's business card. All right, I got it, brother. Sorry, my bad. I thought I would remember, but not working. Like the high sense extreme, because I was shipped all the paint installed. The mountain, all they could do was studios finished building it. Man, 103 here Friday. Just took pictures of the truck dash to send it to Bo. Conservation of energy. What up, user? Slipstream driving and walking. Yeah. Slipstreaming when you're behind a faster going vehicle or a larger vehicle, there's a low pressure area behind it. So if you're there, it kind of sucks you towards it slightly. Yeah, you can save your gas mileage, get better gas mileage, but it's very dangerous. 103, we had to dig up another busted water line. Tons of fun. Are you finding that they're PEX? Like that old blue PEX that you're finding popping up? What do you call get her done? That's what you call get her done. You can see the story of the Canadian woman getting deported after assault. Yes, I did see that. Yes, I did see that. That's it. It's unbelievable with what's going on with like deportations and stuff in America that somebody that overstayed their visa would be slapping 13-year-old kids because they were wearing patriotic paraphernalia. It's unbelievable. And now she's getting deported and her boyfriend or husband is trying to like set up GoFundMe's, but then the GoFundMe's get shut down because she did a violent action. Imagine people can go to sleep because they're too hot, like 28. Yeah, listen, you need that stuff. Yeah, Lamau. Yeah, I can take some requests. I mean, as long as it's not copyrighted stuff and whatnot. I take them on the Discord. So after we go through this first hour, if you join the Discord and under the YouTube stuff, if you post a link there, I'll pop it up. But absolutely, brother. They would all fit in the truck, to be fair. Yeah, just get in the truck. Right. And I don't know. Ceiling or wall mounted better for a room with PC. It needs to be as cold to me as possible because so I've got a window unit air conditioner in the studio here because I've got a freaking big ass monitor and my gaming PC puts off some heat in my lights. My studio lights are hot also. So I got air conditioning for the house, but I put an extra air conditioning in the studio. Slipstream driving is absurdly dangerous. Yes. Too soon. Not normally because scheduled 40 PVC pipe mains line breaks and the PEX runs off the main line. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, cast is what we. But like, it seems like now after coming off the trunk, like the 6-inch or 4-inch line, like trunk into the neighborhood, they've been running. After the meter, they've been running PEX to the property. And I mean, that's like when I was helping my buddy's plumbing company, that's what we did a lot of. Glad you made a note of it. I need to order new print, meeting loads of new people whenever I go out, not to mention all the crazy Looney Tunes at the liquor store. Yeah, brother. Illegally in America while anti-American, living in strange times. It's strange times. Bigger buildings, you schedule 80. What's funny is seeing her cuck boyfriend cry about it. Yes, it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, so we're gonna watch this for another couple of minutes. Then well, actually, you know what we'll do? They're just doing the same thing over and over again. So let's check out the wildfires. Wildfires in America, or Canadian wildfires. Why don't you just sit naked? Why don't you sit naked in your room to keep the temperature down for the computers? That's on my OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans. I have a window fans. All right, let's see. Active wildfire map. Jeez, hold on. What was that? Yeah, that's rough stuff. Let's see what you find. That's 2021. Canadian wildfires smoking America. What up, Les? Here we go again. I mean, you could normally use 2 and 3-inch line, but yeah, you can use PEX supply lines. But yeah, I just see the old blue stuff. At least you find pinholes in it all over the place. Like, they don't have an even wall thickness during production. At least they didn't. They had issues. I'm sure you know about it. I'm not the only one who knows about it. Yeah, look at that. Holy, look at this stuff. PEX is good stuff. Rugged is I use it in my house. I used it on my bathroom redo but it seems like the 1-inch stuff, like I've dug up more than that than anything else, especially like apartments and condos underground. Yep, Canadians polluting American air. I gotta get my laptop out, joining these Discord. Yeah, I'm joining up, brother. That looks rough. Look at that. Dude, that looks like a Minecraft. Let me zoom in here. Look at this. It's like a Minecraft land. Look at the pixelation on the ground. It looks like when you fly real high or zoom out in Minecraft. Yeah, that's no bueno. That's like India during Diwali. I have new friends in Vancouver. There you go. Canadian airs now. Poutine. Man, look at this. Holy crikey. The Tate brothers got arrested for human trafficking. I saw that. Yeah. Like 53 charges or something like that. 40, no, 40 or, yeah, 41 for Andrew and 12 for Tristan or something like that. Will you be my best friend forever? We'll see. Probably. Oh, that's really zoomed out. I thought that was a field. Those are pine trees. Look at those little itty bitty pine trees. That's huge. Mr. Palad, Canucks choking the planet. It's like neighbor farting soon pass. Yeah. It's a little worse than the neighbor farting. UK's Ward Tate for a while. Yeah. And Andrew Tate posted on X like a couple of years ago. I want to say it was 2024. He posted the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis. He said, Ron DeSantis, I dare you to arrest me. Come arrest me right now. That was like 2 years ago. So then he flew back in. He was in Washington. Andrew Tate was in Washington, D.C. 2 days ago. So they knew he was in America. He posted on his Instagram, I believe, or maybe it was X. I don't know for sure, but he did post. I heard when I was listening to a newscast. And then he went down to some party in Miami, and then when he came out, he got locked up. A 1-inch supply line is pretty small. I've seen 2-inch when it comes to smaller properties, but yeah, you could use specs in situations not technically supposed to. That's probably why they're busting holes in them. They're probably well before a PRV. Setting the head Canuck to get the MO. What? The pressure will still bust the crap out of smaller pipe. Yeah. Pressure breaks, bust pipes. I met a girl from Holland that said she's Liz. I don't believe that. Is that smoke? It says cloud in the upper right-hand corner. Look, it says cloud right there. Right here. Cloud. Tate's are freaking stupid. If you're involved in making money off young women exposing themselves, you shouldn't brag about it. Brother, listen. I first of all, I agree with you. Second point here. Back then, it being a PIMP was something to brag about, and OnlyFans girls. Remember, it was empowering. It was the feminist thing to do. Take that money from those men. Do what you need to do, queen. You know, that kind of crap. And then now the culture has changed, and now they're in the boards. Is she hot? Jeez, man, that's rough. That looks like a volcanic eruption. What happened to the weather in North America? So this is Canada, southern Canada has a bunch of wildfires like on the border of America, and the smoke is coming over like down south of America. Almost nicest girl I met lately, from Ukraine 3 years ago, operating out of Romania where illegal. Well, it's what? Hold on. Yeah, he's operating out of Romania. I knew that. Romania, I knew that. Where it's all legal, I think. Okay. I took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, bro, modern day pimping, and all pimps love to do is brag. Right? Yeah. And he drives his Bugatti and lets everybody know. Save the children, save the victims of human trafficking. Agreed, Pablo. And go by the same name on Discord. Okay. Let's see. All right. I see you there, brother. I see you. Okay. All right. Have you have seeds put up? You have seeds put up? You need seeds? Need seeds? Yes, I've got lots of seeds. I've got vaults of seeds. And it's the Tates, of course they're gonna flex, right? Slow internet, brother. Happens to the best of us, not me. I got good internet down here. I'm blessed. Hopefully he's not watches, but it works so nice. Thought the Tate brothers were in the States. Not anymore. They got arrested last night. So they might still be in the States unless they're already on a way back to the UK. They're being extradited back to the UK. I'm internet. I started doing anti-take classes in the UK because they started doing anti-take classes in the UK because the teens were watching them. Wow. Well, listen, they like, so I understand how politics works. I understand how they want mass migration. The leaders of the UK want mass migration, and he's anti mass migration. And Andrew Tate is a Muslim, and Tristan Tate's a Christian. So they can talk to the Muslims and the Christians, and the Muslims will listen to Andrew, and the Christians will listen to, well, for the most part, to Tristan. So they want them taken out so that because he said that they should be trying to take. Andrew said something about you guys need to prosecute the rape gang perpetrators, and they're like, okay, well, we consider you. I mean, we'll say that's a pyrocumulus. Maybe because the laptop is old Wi-Fi. Yeah, it might be 2.4 giga, 2.4 G. If it's an old one, yeah. I have 2,609 Discord notifications. The UK got castrated, locked people up over words, feelings. It's unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. Churchill rolling in his grave. Dangalangi, I miss her. Dangalangi. UK isn't as bad as German laws, though. No. Canada and Minnesota are burning. Couldn't happen to better people. It's, brother, I tell you what. We were looking into like gold and silver yesterday on the stream, and I'm gonna look into it now. But I had heard that Canada has almost no gold reserves. They don't have a Fort Knox, but apparently they used to. So it looks like they sold off all of their gold. Why would you do that? They used to say back in the days, like in the late 1780s, early 1800s, there was a line that would say, you can tell a failing nation, the first thing they do, no, the last thing they do in a failing nation is drain the treasury. Americans are very divided. Yeah, I agree. It seems to be needed many opinion to go when the shoes hit the fan. I agree. They're possibly the most controversial duo in the world. Piers Morgan's arch rival. Europe General's cook. Yeah. Yeah. I'm stuck. I'm not a limit. I'm stuck in Minnesota. The Democrats will lock people up quick if you insult them. Get a chance. Listen. I come from the most liberal of industries, and even though the people that I know are still liberal, they're Republican voting liberals because of what's going on with the children that were let across the border during the Biden administration, what Tim Walz did, giving a pedophile a pardon, and the stuff that's going on in Maine where Graham Plattner had a Nazi tattoo. It's like everything that they called the Republicans, they actually got caught doing. Actually, there's actually data showing that the Democrats are doing this stuff and supporting this stuff. And there's just hearsay about like the Republicans. So it's like, well, hey, it looks like the Democrat Party got taken over, and they're trying to like save the Democrat Party by voting Republican. Back and stuff. That's where I'm at. I'm down south, boy. No, I mean, I was just born liberal. I'm not. I mean, I'm more of like a live and let live. But the Democrat Party changed in like the mid 2000s, when they started to say that other people's rights should be restricted for other people, rather than let's make everybody under the same legal system. Like people could get in trouble. Other people started to have. They made it more important for other people to have more rights than yeah. So anyway, how stupid the thought of making Canada. How stupid the thought of making Canada Americans. Who's the more I'd have thought of that? Trump. Still waiting for election fraud evidence. Brother, I saw a lot. You're not looking. You're definitely not looking. There is a lot of evidence, dude. There's just in my state alone. There's a lot of election fraud evidence. Look up. Take a second, Richard, and look up Georgia election fraud evidence. Just look it up. There's a lot. There's a lot. I don't know about the whole rest of the country, but it's pretty interesting to see. Also, who owns Flock cameras? Palantir has released data on cell phone tracking that showed people came from a bunch of different states around, and during the night and overnight of the 2020 election, they tracked like thousands and thousands of cell phones that came around to different drop boxes overnight on the night of the election. So that was just yesterday. Americans get the relief from administration's incredible masses ever. Democrats get elected and come into power and clean house. Yeah, I mean, well, Democrats need to clean their house. Republicans need to clean their house. And we need some people that are going to count or are going to push for Americans. Like the Biden administration went overboard and pushed Trump into power. The Democrat Party changed since 2020. Let's live 2000. Yeah. I mean, and I think people who were blue, no matter who, didn't see it happening around them because the Democrats were winning, and they didn't see that, like, what was going on. Well, he ain't one of those kind of liberals. Liberals a new N word. I saw it in there, brother. I saw it pop up. Welcome to the Discord. I wish I could be naive enough to not assume there's no fraud. Right? Yeah. Like, listen, it was obvious to me the day after the election when they kept repeating this was the most the most secure election ever. How would they know? Democrats will never do anything good in this country ever if they feel they're insufferable assholes. The elections have been secure since the formation of our country. The elections have been secure or have not been secure. The Democrats are in the middle of a civil war with Antifa communists. And they wanted a big tent. For instance, 1976 and 1984 elections, many news reporters blue for Republican and red for Democrats. Major new outlets adopted the moderate convention by 2024. And I think people use that as a narrative to say that the Republicans and Democrats switched. Richard, how did you get the streaming status on Discord? The purple. I have no idea. I think it happens automatically with OBS. Like, if you have Discord running on your PC with OBS running on your PC, Discord notices, because it says, like, if I open Discord to show you guys on my screen, it won't show everybody's full screen name and stuff like that, and it says streaming mode enabled. I think it happens automatically because I didn't set it up. Not right now, brother. But yeah, we can go through back to anything. I wish I could understand how a grown adult in 2016 naive enough to believe everything the left has said blindly votes for them no matter what disturbs me. Biden had the sharpest brain. Yeah, and like that, listen, that push, like when CNN, Scarborough, what was the guy's name? He said, not Scarborough, I can't remember the guy, maybe it was Scarborough. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was like, Biden's the sharpest he's ever been. I just talked with him the other day, and he's just the quickest wit. And then, not true. Discord is spyware. I mean, I just run it for the channel. I don't say anything that's worth that. I want it that the critical thinking skills stops after so they hear the name, they recoil in disgust and refuse to think any further. They say my pillow guy can't run for governor because he's not registered in Minnesota. Funny because they won't clean up the voter rolls, and that's crazy stuff too, man. Still wondering who will be running the White House when Biden was in office, putting brain. A lot of people are asking the same question. I have Discord open to stream. It doesn't show the purple thing. It does say streamer mode enabled, but I remember seeing something. So I don't know. Trump lost by 7 million votes. Trump said he won 7 million votes for fraud. Brother, I don't know. Listen, I don't know. But you can't say there was no voter fraud when there is definitely voter fraud. I'm just tired of the blatant lies. That's what's pushed me away. Like, you can't just obviously lie. They did not know. They didn't have the time to know, whether it was secure. And a lot of the evidence that came out about A lot of the evidence that came out down here, 300,000 votes just in Fulton County, Georgia, right 5 minutes from my house. They had 300,000 votes that weren't signed and weren't, and they look at the tabulator tape issue. But yeah, I'm not going to get into that. What's up, Cat? I'm not doing this tonight. YouTube still won't let me hit the like. They don't like you. Trump is going to be, is to liberate us from the pesky burden of election. It's like the commies of MAGA. Commies are leftists, love guns, bombs, and violence. What's up, Cat? What's up, Thadiel? He's going to patriotically serve a third and fourth term before gracefully passing the presidency to an appointee. What's the founding fathers would have wanted? Yeah, well, you know, that's what they tried to do with Kamala. The chasm between Democrat voters' actual IQ and perceived IQ is bigger than the Grand Canyon. All right, okay, all right. Let's see. All right, let's see what we can find. Let's find something here. All right, let's find out what's going on in the world. Let's see what's going on in the world. What's up, Bob, brother? House of 1,000 Knots. All right. It doesn't take 7 million. It takes about 20 to 100,000 to swing states change elections. Yes, MAGA voters are smart. Stoward Hearn, welcome back, brother. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm gonna find the wildfire stuff. I voted for Trump 19 times. I had to use the Democrats were definitely cheating. Hey, you gotta cancel out the fraud with fraud.
More than 830 wildfires are burning across Canada. This dramatic video near Ontario shows a train crew surrounded by flames. The Canadian lawmaker who posted the video said the crew members are now safe. Fires are burning in west central Ontario, where dense forests are fueling massive smoke plumes that are moving into the United States, choking air quality from the upper Midwest to the northeast.
Man, that's some serious.
Smoke covered the Mackinac Bridge in Michigan, slowing traffic to 20 miles per hour. In New York City, the orange haze blanketed the skyline Wednesday, with officials warning unhealthy air could linger into Thursday. Winds are pushing that smoke further south, creating dangerous conditions for millions. And in Texas, a separate weather threat.
Hey, listen, I'm glad. I'm definitely not voting for Trump, but I'm definitely not voting Democrat 2028 unless they completely flip, like they completely clean house. I'm so tired of this open border nonsense. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Let's see, what is that? Forest fire. Yeah, so there's a bunch of Canadian forest fires going on, and the smoke is drifting down into America. Whenever MAGA member doesn't win, we should automatically assume it's fraud.
Storms
right. So what they need to do, is allow transparency in elections. Because remember, it happens with every election. People just remember Trump saying it. I remember Biden saying it. I remember Biden saying China was involved in our elections. I remember Hillary Clinton saying that Russia helped Trump steal the elections. So I think it's easy for these countries to rig our elections, and whoever's paying the most wins. I actually think this. Yeah, and I think whoever pays the most wins. I was most likely. I was in the hospital the past 3 days because of the air quality. No way. Where are you at, Charlie? I don't think. Yeah, no way. No news. Brother, listen, I spent a lot of time with Californians, especially in the movies. And it's a absolute disaster. It's unbelievable. Who can forget all those policies Biden passed to open to the border? Like funding the CBP1 app, like that one, like funding funding the NGOs that were getting paid $1,500 per day per person to get people across the border to go out and find people, to offer money through CBP1 to get set and fund that so people from other countries could fly in over the border. Yeah, that stuff, that's wackadoodle. If Newsom becomes president, then I'll want out of the country even more. They already do. You're in Minnesota. Oh, right. You mentioned that. Right. Hillary spent 6 years making the claim. Remember when Hillary sent those fake electors? Yeah. Listen, I'm saying we need to make sure that neither party can steal or buy the election. That's what we need. But people are like they forget that it seems possible. Like why in the world wasn't Kamala elected? Why didn't she win? What do you think happened? Do you think more Americans voted for Trump? I'm sick of Niagara Falls with smoke. Fog just started clearing up last night. Jesus. At this point, Kanye looking like a bad option. As two genders, I have no sympathy for illegals. They have that cool with the wackadoos influencing 4 to 5 year olds have sex. Yeah, that's gone way too far. I agree. Trump is putting an end to it, thankfully. Hey, Rich, I have a question. In the World Bank, is the World Bank based in America? I don't know. I know we have a branch here, part of the how the Federal Reserve deals with the World Bank, but I don't know where for some reason I want to say Switzerland or something. Let's look up World Bank headquarters. I also refuse to understand the difference between gender and sex. But they won't tell us what it is properly. Yeah. Do you understand that trying to push rules and laws on people and affecting how comedy works, that they went way too far. They went way too far. Just saying this is the new normal. You guys don't get a couple years to warm up to it. This is the new normal. No. Especially old people. Like, what do you mean? Gender and sex. You might have learned that. When I was in school, they didn't say that. They didn't teach that gender was a spectrum. You know, if you're younger than 30, maybe they did teach that, but they didn't teach that when we were in school. Brought myself the first ever brand new watch today. Okay, let's see. Okay, World Bank headquarters in Washington, D.C. Main campus, Foggy Bottom neighborhood. International Monetary Fund of the White House. There you go. Americans, you have rigging elections. Do you think you get Russia and China? Who trusts science? I get everything I need from the Ministry of Truth. The Ministry of Truth from the Biden administration? That was crazy shit, too. And the woman was singing and making TikToks. Only nuances. I think intersex people deserve grace. They don't want to include themselves. Yeah, I agree. We could have done this way better. Why does it seem when the politicians on both sides of the aisle touch issues like this, they just go completely wackadoo with it? There's no nuance involved at all. And they know what was taught in different decades. They know when this stuff was introduced into the education system. And then they go right to trying to say, hey, now this is a big thing. Now we need to make laws and it's just like, well, why can that affect me or my grandparents if they accidentally say something wrong and it just somebody takes it the wrong way? Yeah, that stuff went way too overboard. It's clear to me as I'm not a Z. As far as the election, why did Deb sue against forensic studies of voting machines? Had nothing to hide. Yeah, that's true. Why are people being called they, them, as they just want attention? And you work in a college. I kind of like the weirdness just for the laughs. Listen, in the beginning, it seemed kind of funny, but when they started coming down on comedians, they went too far. Trying the culture war changed. Like they went way too far, too quick. How people have a quarrel with it, two choices have a quarrel put in schools and trying to confuse children. Well, they have to, it wasn't in course. Well, there you have it. It wasn't in his course, so therefore it doesn't exist. That's that. But that you just start making laws saying that if you misgender people, you get tickets and you get to jail or you get pushed out and canceled. That stuff. Now, I disagree. Personal incredulity for the win. Wackadoo. Should put that on the shirt. Run the ad. Bam. Get you one. Wackadoo t-shirts. 110thgrade.com. Exactly. Yeah, who can forget when the Dev shut down the comedians like Kimmel and Colbert? the Republicans tried to, right? But so you agree that both are wackadoodle, and one of the most important things is we need to secure the border 100%, and we need to make sure that if anything's wackadoo with the elections, which I honestly believe that it can be bought. I honestly believe that, and it just seems like with Trump winning and Biden winning that you can win, that you can buy the election. So I would like to run in 6 years, and I would like it to be sorted. I live in Georgia. We have a lot of stuff going on in Georgia with the election fraud stuff. We got a lot of people in trouble. We got a lot of people whistleblowing and saying, yes, these votes weren't folded. They weren't on the proper paper. And so it's okay. So how did you get mail-in ballots that weren't folded? 300,000 of them. It just, so obviously there's something going on. And I'm not going to vote for Trump in 28, but I tell you what, I'll be voting Republican. What's the consenting adults do? It's none of my business. Right. Why does it have to be? Why does our government have to get so big that it's involved in our bedrooms and whatnot? I think that's just so wackadoo. Remember all the laws passed, Democrats passed for us to use the right gender terms? Yeah, right. That shouldn't be a law at all. At all. Because there's no documentation, legal documentation of gender. So like if you get somebody's ID and it says sex M and you say thank you sir and they say it's ma'am, and then why aren't there people policing themselves to say, hey, maybe everybody should calm down and try to ease into this? They went way too far too quick. There was no legal definition of gender versus sex, and like you don't have your gender on your passport, you have your sex on your passport. And people are saying, and then the whole thing where you can change it every day, that's cool. And going with the kids with that, when the kids aren't even doing good in school. I don't drink either, Ruben, brother. Team Patterson. Yeah, Biden passed all those policies opening the border. It's a shame no one can name any of them. I just told you what it was. It was setting up with the CBP One app that was funded by the government to go out and help people cross the border quicker, to go out and find... They allowed funding to a system of NGOs to allow people to cross the border. And when Kamala said and Biden said they could not close the border, and then all of a sudden the border gets closed as soon as Trump comes into office, that's a little odd. What did he pass that changed that? Never knows best. Remember when Dixie Chicks were canceled? Dixie Chicks, yeah. What up, Shiraj? Secret 7 or Crowd Liquor Stores, Natty Light, cheap and good. I also refuse to understand how our voting system works, but I won't let that stop me understanding it's all fraud. When the guy doesn't win, they all say it. They all say it. Hillary said it when she lost. Freaking the guy that ran against Bush. What was the guy's name? Remember the hanging chads? I don't know how old you are, but yeah, they've always been saying it. You just can't remember that far back. Everybody said it. Bernie said it was stolen from him. RFK said it was stolen from him. Trump said it was stolen from him. Hillary said it was stolen from her. Fulton County admitted to counting votes that shouldn't have been counted values over. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that too. They also have 300,000 that don't have signatures on them. You see that new law in California where parents can't see 12 medical records with that? Yes, that's crazy too. And being able to have sex with underage kids, making that not a law. Yeah, the psychologists really need to get a law degree. What up, Shadow Syndicate? I should have known that CBP One was I didn't say it. You brought up policy. I didn't bring it up. You brought that up. It obviously was the thing, and it obviously happened. They funded a way to get more people into the country. California, you can go piss up a rope. I wish we had Lex Luthor, supervillain type of gigantic. Gore. Team Kamala is against racism. Kamala can eat. Just because someone doesn't like Kamala doesn't equate that to being racist. California is turning into the Thunderdome. It's going nuts, man. It's going nuts.
Parts of southern Texas washing out roads, flooding farmland, and triggering dozens of high water rescues. The storms also spawned a tornado in San Antonio, while flash flood warnings remained in effect. In Kerr County, where catastrophic flooding last year killed more than 100 people,
exactly the same.
Including 28 at the historic Camp Mystic Summer Camp for girls. Officials say they are in contact with camps.
I'm not voting for Trump, and I didn't vote for Trump, but I'm not voting Democrat because it's obvious that there's something needs to be fixed. And we obviously have gone way too far. Every one of these 90-10 issues, they're on the 10 side. And they're acting like they're on the 90% side. It's wackadoodle. And they're pushing towards socialism / communism. That's a little too far for my Democrat blood.
That could be at risk this year.
I'm pretty worried. I loaded up all my personal belongings, valuables, and I'm getting out of here.
I have seen quite a bit of flooding in my lifetime from growing up there, but nothing this dramatic.
And beyond the smoke and flooding, dangerous heat is also building across large parts of the country, with temperatures climbing above 100 degrees in some areas.
If you're at home,
So the problem is the only options we have for a new government is going towards socialism, communism. I would like people to come together and come up with an alternative option that we could blend something together better and come up with something new rather than trying to rehash old politics, old political systems. Can't see past the Trump bad slogan. Did you say Biden didn't actually pass any border policies changing Trump's allegedly closed borders? I didn't say either one of anything. I said that they didn't help stop it and they helped fund it is what I said. Wait, Chip, what isn't actually a policy? CHP what's actually policy? I didn't say anything about policy. You did. The government's here to protect us, supposedly, and they weren't protecting us. Keep it. Thank you, B2B, brother. This is a way to keep people, not the people. Team Kamala loves every single American citizen. Thank you, DT. Didn't see the surge before. Yeah, right. Like the government, the leaders of our government could not have sent an army of people down there to stop it. No, they just sat there and said, "Oh, we can't do anything about it." So they're so weak that they can't do anything about us being invaded. That's crazy talk.
Home and you can't get to a cool place, fill your bathtub with cool water. Heat is not to be played with. It's just as dangerous as a tornado or hurricane. It can kill you just as easily.
Well, not if you ask the UK. They're saying heat's fine and nobody needs any air conditioning. It's clearly an invite for people from abroad. Right. I also refuse to understand what socialism and communism is, but won't let that stop me from parroting the terms. I know exactly what socialism and communism is, and yesterday on stream, we went through the Democrat Socialists of America's webpage. I absolutely do. So you don't know me, obviously. I felt versus read every word of the El Duque. What up, Zippity Doo? Fetterman actually showed his true colors. He was a GOP AIPAC loving traitor to the supporters. Yeah. And the things that are going absolute insanity over here. You said Biden opened the border, so I asked what policy he had. He didn't protect it. That's opening the border. You want a policy. Inaction is an action. Absolutely. Dude, they can't even fully open the windows over there. I shit you not. They have these mechanisms that block them. Yeah. So people don't, like kids don't fall out of them. I think that's why it is in the UK. FDR stopped communists by scaring the crap out of the capitalists. FDR. How are you, Billy Bob, brother? All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on in the world. Tropical depression. Players. Unbelievable. Jeez. Shadow Syndicate. Democratic. I understand that. But I'm talking about what they're pushing towards. So you want to say, oh, you don't know what socialism or communism is, but the Democratic Socialists of America that stated what they want to do and how they want to do it and how they want to go towards socialism. They want to seize the means of production. They want to take away private property ownership. That's close enough for me. You want to make it seem like it's not that bad, so just give it a try. I think so. My border crash was obviously for census seats, but will it work? We'll see. Fetterman should have been an honorable thing and resigned, but unfortunately he's not an honorable man. Who is an honorable person in politics? Name one honorable person. They're arguing, yeah. They're trying to say, no, this ain't real socialism, and real socialism was never done, but we'll do it right this time. There's enough capital now to be able to handle it this time. They didn't have enough capital the other times in history that they tried it. I talk to everybody. I know what the plans are, and it's not a good plan. Okay, let's see. Starting the massive Batman bike of Indonesia. Goat defies gravity. No way.
I was a little bit intimidated that the goat was going to come over and kind of ram me off the mountain.
That's freaking insanity. Funniest 2 words of politics around democratic socialism. Get out socialist politics, they get it for healthcare and mass migration.
The mountains. After a day's
so
shooting,
then Trump didn't actually protect the border because Biden didn't change anything from
Trump. Area.
He stopped the invasion. He stopped it. He turned it off. He turned mass migration coming across our border off. Things that were never actually said by democratic socialists, but sure. Yes, they absolutely was. Absolutely was. Yes, absolutely. You're rage baiting. You can't be that stupid. Either the capitalists will be stopped being a-holes, or we'll have socialism. Strauss has always hated me, and I don't know why. He loves you. Bitches want to get around. White dudes act like they care about relationships. Yeah, they absolutely did.
Just outside of Chamonix Valley.
You must not be keeping up with their releases.
It's our second climb of the day. Halfway through it,
numbers are
arms were getting a little bit pumped and tired.
Dude, there's no such thing as democratic
around the
socialism.
corner, and at the time that I saw them, they were kind of level with me, level with my head height, and my climbing partner was just above me, so I couldn't move up. So at first I was a little bit intimidated that the goat was going to come over and.
How the hell did the goat get up there?
Excuse me, have you got a reservation at this restaurant?
Watch yesterday's stream.
Not what you need mid-climb.
But once I climbed up a little bit, and she was very friendly.
I need to stay away from my white ass head trying to smash that. MAGA will ensure the Dems take the House and hopefully the Senate now come November. Seems like a Culver
I didn't think too much
Goats
about,
are great. Yeah, really good.
I just wanted
They see the World Democrat must be good.
Back home, because I thought she'd think it was funny. It was a sweet moment out in the mountains. It's just a nice little wholesome interaction.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to kick the freaking goat off at the end. It was a nice interaction. That goat's really cute. Cool. Good. Yeah, but you're wrong, regardless. But you're wrong. You're wrong about it. I've been watching the Zoom calls. I've been see, they're absolutely saying it. They're public about it. Yeah, MAGA's a dying movement. I can't wait till freaking till we get JD Vance in 28. And yeah, I'm done. I'm done with the Democrats. I'm done. How the hell can you pardon the guy that was supposed to be our vice president is pardoning a pedophile? I don't see him as a risk to our community because he raped a 5-year-old or 10-year-old multiple times and then tried to pay her for her silence. Right, cool. Lamal will do. Just blindly saying stuff. Never did any research, lived through any stuff we're talking about. Let me go ask ChatGPT for good. Then thinking NPC. Independents ain't voting for MAGA. MAGA needs the independents. I think what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of non-voting Democrats. I think you're going to see a lot of Democrats sitting out the vote, and that so you're not going to have as many independents and MAGA and non-MAGA Republicans voting. That will offset the Democrats that sit it out. Sound like you joined the Republicans. All right, Kat, have a good night. All right, let's see. We get it. No, I want to help the children, Dylan. Absolutely. Do you understand what's going on? Do you understand that Tim Walz just pardoned a pedophile so he wouldn't have to leave the country, and the federal government had to come in and deport the pedophile? He gave him a pardon, a child rapist. Dems are up for voting. They see that Trump has done to the country. Brother, listen, I know a lot. Everybody I know is ex-Democrat. I was in the most liberal organizations in the movie industry. Everybody was Democrat, and nobody is voting Democrat now. Nobody. There's a lot of people that aren't voting, and there's a lot of people that are really upset with what's going on. They're going to vote Republican until the Democrats get new talent. They don't charge peanuts too much in Minnesota. It depends on the narrative. Yes, that's insanity. Jobo, they get deported so they can't be prosecuted, come back again. Yeah. Why can't they just have a normal Democrat like Obama? Libs are calling out Jobo's crazy work. I know. It's like, are you not listening to the news? Are you not following up what's going on? It's absolutely, everyone knows. Everyone, okay, all right. But I was in a circle of tens of thousands of people who were all staunch blue no matter who. And nobody, even the unions aren't voting Democrat. The movie industry, IATSE union, the International Association of Stage and Theater Employees, it was a left wing blue no matter who. And now they're telling their notations, what they're saying out is we're voting Republican or not voting at all. The unions support the Dems are the ones who get paid by the government. Yeah, and that's not happening anymore. That's a lot of that stopped. A lot of that financing that came through, is not happening anymore. No, Rich, they call you a chobo, Twilight Zone shit. Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, listen, you got a decision to make. You've actually got actual proof that the Democrats are trying to pass laws. Look what's going on in California. Look what's going on with Scott Wiener, trying to make it legal to have sex with underage people. That's crazy. That's chomo stuff. You have Tim Walz pardoning a pedophile. You've got guys with Nazi tattoos being propped up by the elite of the Democrat Party that was accused 3 times previously of sexual assault or rape, and that it wasn't until the 4th time when an actual liberal said, no, he did this to me too, that they pulled him off. And it's like, so I believe the Democrats do a better job at vetting the Republicans than the Democrats do at vetting Democrats. So I've got more faith that they won't let absolute shitheads into the Democrat Party. I'm all for massive wood chippers being installed, but outside of the courts, we just push them into it, right? What is our leader? I feel first have against Buckeye, JD Vance. Me, I think he's all right. I didn't think so before, but once I stopped hating and started reading, I think he's doing some good stuff. But you're a member of the Republicans, the gang of pedophiles. Tristan Andrew Tate, Trump's friends are being extradited for abusing children and producing child. Yeah, I saw that. What does that have to do with each other, though, brother? Here, let me just show you this. Let's see if I can find it. Is this it?
All right, this Democrat.
Let me see if I have it here. I don't think I do have it. Yeah, no matter. There are hundreds of other instances to prove that there are Joes. Right. Delaney's anti-PDFs. That's what it's going to do. All right. Yeah, couch fucker. Yeah, and I'll vote for him over freaking Nazi tattooed child molester pardoning Democrats. That's crazy. Like, you can say all of this stuff, but there's the only evidence for people hurting children and trying to pass laws to harm children are the Democrats. It's just the truth. City Council. He's gone too far. Are Trump and Tate brothers friends? I have no idea. I doubt it. There's no talking sense from self-will diagram. Can you block the TDS patients? Birds of a feather stick together. Numbnuts. The only good magocrat's a dead pedophile. Welcome to Kill Me. Yeah, go for it. Knock him out. Yes, but after how much? After he had the Nazi tattoo found out, and then he got it covered up, and then he got 3 women that said that he sexually assaulted him, and they were like, oh, this is his redemption arc. They actually said this is his redemption arc. And then when the 4th woman came out, who was a liberal, then they took it seriously, and he stepped down. That's why. I like coherent people, not babbling us, but so say. You mean allow the Republicans pushing to allow child marriage in Tennessee, you retard? Brother, that's one Democrat in one Republican in one town, and they didn't push to allow it. They didn't push to change the law. You're just listening to CNN replicate bullshit. Just read it. Read the law. Don't forget about the Reddit stuff. Advertisement. Dylan. All right, somebody can kick out Dylan. He's not even willing to talk. All right, Dylan, you was named for the worst harmonica player in soca history. No, you're gone. You're done. You have a good life, brother. Somebody will be in to replace you shortly. There you go. Okay, try to have a civil discourse with these people. This is the childish name. Right, yeah, these aren't people, like try to convince me to see your side. But the pedophile thing doesn't work when you have active people in the upper state, the upper echelons, not some Republican down in some local government in the South somewhere. But you've got the actual people running the country trying to make child touching legal. And saying it's okay by pardoning people that have done it. Yeah, I won't vote for that Republican, but I'll vote for the ones that didn't do that. If I count as a hyphen, block it. Boot it, people. All right, that's it. Yeah, and it's like they're so freaking hateful. Who wants to hang around people like that? Like you start laughing a lot more when you don't hang out with these far leftists. Their lives just seem so miserable that they're like, look, I'm miserable too. You got to be too. It's misery loves company. But they blame their misery on Trump. And they're like, well, if we're going to be miserable, you got to be miserable too. I'm sorry. I'm happy. Things are going in a very good direction. We're going to wipe out these freaking old-ass Democrats. We're wiping out the wackadoo, long-standing Republicans. We're replacing them with new blood. And the new blood that the Democrats are replacing with are absolute insane people. I know, bro. Just can't deal with the threats like Richard O'Ban. I fuck around seriously hurt one of these people. My mom, they scared me sometimes. Hey, man. The devil's a Democrat. And I tell you what, it's unbelievable. Okay, so knowing that how Obama deported so many people, Obama deported more people than Trump, and he was a staunch remigrator. And then so the Democrat Party back then and the Democrat Party now aren't the same party. They're not. They've absolutely been taken over by extremists, and they're violent. They're absolutely nuts. Interesting reading your opinions. Have a good day, Rich. Catch you next time. Go to some music. Good idea, brother. Sorry about that. Have a good one, Drong, brother. All right, let's see. I crashed. All right, let's see what happened now.
New today, controversial social media influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate are currently jailed in Miami, Florida, facing new rape and assault charges. U.S. Marshals arrested the brothers on Saturday, and the 2 men will appear in a Miami courtroom this coming week. British law enforcement is seeking to extradite the men from the United States to face charges.
38 new charges in total have now been authorized against Andrew and Tristan Tate, bringing the total number of charges faced to 59. The charges relate to 7 victims, spanning a period from 2010 to 2017. I want to make it clear, there is no place for male violence against women and girls in our society, and we will continue to work tirelessly to
except for the rape gang inquiry, right? Except for
victims and investigate all
We're all
reports made
Americans.
to us.
Damn, on the same team. Politics turns to gang.
Andrew
bang,
Tate is known for his
unnecessary.
rants about male dominance, female submission, and wealth. The Tate brothers have dual U.S. and British citizenship. They have denied any wrongdoing.
Well, there you go, then. What's up, Biff? The Jackie Chan situation. Yeah, if he is, fuck him. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I got no love for a freaking pedophile. There's a street preacher here with YouTube. All he does says is Jesus loves you, and the Democrats go ballistic and want him dead. Right? Yeah. I actually saw a story today about a street preacher. A guy came up and shot him in the head because he was preaching Jesus. And guess what? He lived. Good. Doing good, Beth. Let me see if I can find it. Street preacher shot in the head and lived. You saw it too? Hans Schmidt, 26-year-old military veteran outreach director for Victory Chapel First Phoenix. He was shot in the head while street preaching in Glendale, Arizona. Made a miraculous recovery. What's up, Walrus brother? How's Morocco treating you? Traveled straight through his brain, leaving lead fragments behind. Oh, it's a different one. Yeah, that's crazy. I do for sure. Probably messes with you young and shouldn't breathe anymore, period. Yep. If Leftard tries that shit on me, it's going down. Damn, he's going to be first in line every Sunday. Right, sure the hell is. The World Economic Forum's great reset. Yep. They don't hate the Tate brothers. Don't hate the Tate brothers because they're mixed race. Don't hate them because they're mixed race. I don't hate them because they're mixed race. Yeah, right. What a miracle. Shot it through the freaking brain. Huh, that's weird. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk with anybody, but if they get to the point where they're obviously just lying, like there's obviously so much more data to say, like, just by Biden not securing the border and allowing 400,000 children, unaccompanied minors across the border, funneled there through by the Mexican and South American cartels, funneling these children into America. And at least the Republican administration has found 147,000 of them to be reunited with their families. I'm John Goldbody. Sus when someone won't kind of see a single point. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're just full of shit. It sucks, man. I'm really mad at dude. Care. I'm really big pop. Someone I really want to have to do that, but everyone gonna have a good life. I'm not playing with them, yeah. John Goldbody. All right, let's check this out.
A Valley Street preacher speaking out for the first time after being shot in the head. I'm Christine Stanwood, and coming up, 26-year-old Hans Schmidt shares with me his last memory before being placed on life support in a medically induced coma, while his wife prayed tirelessly for Hans's healing. Surrounded by exhaust, horns, and the gospel.
We don't need to discuss shit with libtard commies lost RDS.
You'll find Hans Schmidt, microphone in hand, at the corner of 51st and...
I think there's going to be a very interesting midterm election coming up. I think there's going to be, to see what's going on in the rest of the world. What up, is Canab? Well, to see what's going on in the rest of the world, to see how South America now is right-wing, except for like 3 countries, and how like Denmark went from like leftists, but also not kicking out migrant leftists. That wasn't enough for the people, and now Denmark's right wing, and you're having all of this stuff going on now in the UK. That's it. Like their left wing lost over like 1,400 seats to their right wing, and it's like there's something huge going on. And if you just watch the propaganda, then you think, oh, the Democrats are winning. How you doing, B2B?
In Peoria Avenue.
They're libtards, they're still kind of American. Right, they're still American. Right, and listen, I can understand if they're just confused, like I was, like a lot of us were. But it gets to the point where everything that they said the Republicans were, there's actual evidence of the Democrats having and apparently supporting that. So it's like, it's just not true anymore. They said they thought they could repeat talking points enough times and make it true, but then they couldn't they couldn't police their own party. The Democrats couldn't police their own party to keep that kind of trash out from happening under their watch. Now there's a man that does Lord's work. John doesn't play around that hobo shit either. Hell of a man. You got to be in tip-top shape upstairs, Carrie. See too many people ruin their lives pulling things out straight. Yeah. I'm doing good, brother. Yep, leave them kids alone. Leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. And, right, Ireland, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's going on all over the world. It's unbelievable what's happening. And usually the Democrats have a higher lead on Republicans, but there's so many ex-Democrats that are scared to say that they're now Republican voting because of how violent the left is now. So there's people still saying online, go Kamala, go freaking blah, 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 Democrats, because they're afraid of how their ex-friend group will treat them or how they'll be treated online. So now you got a bunch of people that still have blue no matter who in their bios, but they're not voting that way. John Goldbody's a huge Pink Floyd fan. They're gonna get us. Aside from anything you guys are saying, I just wanted to say thank you for helping us. Hey, no problem, brother. I'm glad somebody could step up and give you guys a hand, man. Far left's what's going on. Democrat and sodomites are the same. Left, yeah, I'm scared to death of them. I hope they don't beat me up.
Schmidt's street preaching ended abruptly.
I remember falling to my knee. And then after that, I was like, oh, something's not right. I grabbed all my gear, put it back in the car. I drove my car back to church.
Coherent but confused, the father of 2 was planning to attend Wednesday worship yards away at Victory Chapel.
Mom, comes to the car, and like I remember just seeing like blood, and I'm like, what happened? What happened?
And in my head, I was saying, like, I'm not okay, but I wasn't speaking.
You weren't speaking.
There's no words coming out. Her brother George was like, let's take him to the hospital, and luckily he did, because that's when on the way there I started seizing.
Hans arrived unresponsive at the hospital.
Doctors
uncovering
only positive thing about mass migration is it pisses off the racist.
Collapse.
And see how the Democrat, the left side, the hard left side of the Democrats have become very, very racist. Like openly saying the N-word to like, even though it's ICE agents, black ICE agents and stuff, it's like they still take that too far. Like, and they tell black conservatives that they're everything other than a child of God. It's like, and they're willing to rip down people just because of their race. I just don't see it on the right. I mean, maybe I haven't been in the right long enough, but I just don't see it, especially online. I don't see it. The Supreme Court judge talked about getting threats and needing $200 million for security. But no, man, let's come say retarded shit. You know, so that's assault here, a threat there. And now we're playing with the ped. Yeah. Please don't leave us alone in this long way. We can't beat the IRGC alone. Please help us finish this fight with these mullahs and terrorists who killed over 60,000 of us in January during protesting. Brother, it appears you guys are going to have support It appears that you're going to have a lot of support. I just pray that the least number of people die as possible. And I wish your government was different. I wish my government was different, but I'm glad my government's helping. So I'm pussy man, nobody knows.
And was what revealed that there was actually a bullet. And even the
tough guys are generally tough.
Neurosurgeon was
right. The stoic, calm ones, right?
The detective told you, like, we'll know more after.
Did you see that? Like, look at this. Look at his MRI. Look at that. That's where the bullet passed through. Yeah. Why? Democrats, release the Epstein files. Democrats, release the Epstein files so Trump doesn't get elected. Please, Democrats. Please, Democrats. Release Biden. Please release the Epstein files. Please, Biden. Please. Nah.
Can do.
The detective told you, like, we'll know more after the autopsy. Like, that's what the detective told her. Like, I was going to die.
Doctors and detectives believed death was inevitable. Paralyzed in her own right, Zulia faithfully did what she could for her husband.
And a lot of, like, pleading to God, like, please. Like,
Brother Ralph, that looked like more than a 22. Did you see that damage?
Please leave.
Did what
I was going to die.
Doctors and detectives believed death.
Like, I was going to die.
Doctors
Hold on, did I miss it?
Like, that
we can do.
The detective told.
That's freaking crazy there. Democrats are racist just because their lips are permanently glued to Al Sharpton's butt doesn't mean no, right? Yeah, you have to words. The problem is when during COVID, people were just typing stuff on the internet. So people see liberals, the hard left liberals seemed like good, caring people. But then when the videos start coming out and people just really do not care about people's lives at all, like unless you're aligned with them, you're as good as dead. And they went freaking nuts. As far as I know about the U.S. president cannot serve more than 2 terms. No, I mean, unless there's an active war going on, they can stay. Like if the election has to be delayed, but not really 3 terms. Not that I know of. I mean, not when I took my civics and citizenship test. There's some Democrats there. Big and great love for the USA and American people from Iran. IRGC will fall. Reza Pahlavi will come to Iran and raise our lion and sun flag again. Iran and USA will be great friends again. I hope so, my brother. I believe that to be true. Try to meet these hurt to see if Jesus is ain't trying. This is really badass stuff. That's why they don't release it. Yeah, right. MAGA's low IQ. That's why if Trump was really in all over and Republicans were in all over the Epstein files, the Democrats should have just released it when they had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, or they could have done it in 2008. They could have done it during the Obama administration, but now they just decided to hold on to it because kick ass, right? That's why they did that, right? Definitely protected by God. The Democrats have tried to force the Epstein files to be released, but the Republicans stopped them paying by. I'm talking about before that. Like when they can get anything passed during the Obama administration. Listen, they've known about this guy since the late 80s. The files go back to like the late 80s, early 90s, like 89 to 94. They've had data on this guy. Lived in TikTok, the major damage to the left. Yeah, I think so too. A person of color. Those hipsters only deal with rainbow people, not brother race. Yeah, it seems like it too. Trump lied about releasing the Epstein files because he's a pedophile. Well, then don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump in 2028. But the Democrats are definitely pedophiles, so pedophile lovers. So I definitely can't vote Democrat in 2028. So I'm going to be voting Republican. Democrats seem to have no common sense. No, right. And they're just vicious. They're not people you'd want to hang out with. They just seem to try to be pedophile lover. Okay, but Democrats are definitely pedophile lovers. We actually have legal written documents of Democrats wanting sex with under 18-year-old people to be okay, down to 14. We actually have documents of a Democrat pardoning a pedophile. We actually have that with Tim Walz's signature on it. We don't have that for freaking Republicans, any of the current Republicans that are running. Democrats failed us. We want socialists. I don't think we can handle it. Brother, the Democrats failed us. Do you think the same people that make up the Democrat Party will be able to do socialism correctly? Because they're going to pull from their same group. Everything the government does, they screw up. You think they won't screw up socialism? They'll screw it up. This ain't no 10-second race. Soros probably has 50 million pounds. Lives TikTok. God, release the files. Anarchy would ensue. I'd love for them to be held accountable, considering the vast majority of the cult fucked. Part of the cult were fucked. Democrats are yeah, brother. I would love to see them released. I would love to see all the shit holes removed from the Democrat and Republican Party so that other people can come up in and we can straighten this bullshit out. Rich, I don't think you'll ever vote Dem again, man. They've done irreversible damage. Yeah, freaking Democrats failed themselves. Yeah. We the people let it happen. Get out of our hands. Just guilty. I agree. I agree to a point. If what's happened in Georgia has been happening all around the country and our votes absolutely were not counting, then it wasn't us that voted the people into positions for who knows how long, probably since before 2004. Just to say you're morally bankrupt hillbilly who voted for a man, 28 rape accusations. I did not. I didn't vote for him. Humanity needs to be eradicated. What up, Brianna? The release of the Epstein files will destroy most of 1% of Hollywood. Who caused a civil war because the left couldn't handle it. I agree on both of those points.
They told you, like, we'll know more after the autopsy. Like, that's what the detective told her. Like, I was going to die.
Doctors and detectives believed death was inevitable. Paralyzed in her own right, Zulia faithfully did what she could for her husband.
Listen. Me too. That's unbelievable. So when you look at how HIV/AIDS was handled under Fauci and how COVID was handled under Fauci, and then he gets a pardon to go back, and then now more things start coming back out about how that was absolutely handled in a way to financially enrich them and a lot of people. That really pissed me off. Hey Ben, I just mean we could easily march to the White House and camp on the lawn if we don't rather bitch on social media. No, I got you. Didn't mean to do a political stream today. It just ended up going that way. No, absolutely. I get what you're saying. But I think we've got a very good propaganda system. So you've got Fox News and CNN that are saying the opposite things about the same topics. So you don't really ever know which one's the actual truth, right? So that state of confusion often leads to inaction. And I think that's why we've gotten to where we're at. I've been working much hard to working my night shifts on top of the time difference. Well, yeah, you're out there in freaking Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, yo, do you remember me? I'm glad you're still streaming. Welcome back, Boom Chicka Boom. That was like, you're like a year ago? Like a year ago. No, my homegirl. Blanket pardons shouldn't be allowed. I agree. Especially retroactive pardons going back 10 years. You're right. Communist Russia will be proud of a propaganda system. Right. Yeah, Rich told me last night when I hopped in his room. I got to come in more. Yeah, Brianna. I told her that you were asking about her. I was like, damn, Rich, where I'm at. Woman 3,500 pardoned by the auto pen be yanked. I don't think so. Bye now, love.
And a lot of pleading to God, please leave him. No matter how you leave him, but please leave him. Praying God, if you can raise dry bones, why not him? There's so many people that are miracles, and I'm why not him?
After speaking with his wife, they are just praying, Katie, for a miracle.
I'm also pregnant.
We'll stay on this case for sure, Christine. Thank you.
News traveled from the valley to around the world. Prayers poured into Hans and his new family of 4 for just an ounce of light, of hope.
They would do tests on him to see if he was responsive, and many times they were like, he's not responsive.
Hans was placed on life support in a medically induced coma.
I forget the Roman emperor, but he did say
really
people divided,
so
people every concert. Agreed.
And
And fighting each other.
But as each hour, each day passed,
I agree 100%.
that miracle began to take form.
Listen, people without children typically don't have anything to fight for. People with children will give their life for their children's safety and future. People without children often choose a government to give their life for. We've gotten to a point where so many people aren't having kids and they're choosing what how to make their mark, what to leave this earth with by their name. And when you have this confusion that the news is saying this and the other news is saying something different, you can't say, well, if I might be wrong and I don't want to do something drastic if I'm wrong. If this is just if the news is actually just another show about sex and violence. mRNA vaccine was created by Dr. McCullough, not Fauci, and taken off all social media because you knew what was happening. Yeah. I was a big follower of Zeb and Dr. McCullough. I'm joking. I'm not pregnant. Sometimes I feel like they're on the same side. Right. Like this could all be a social media game. After Obama took out Biden removed Smith-Muntz Act rules. That's what kept the news from lying. So now news can be opinion. This is why a lot of newscasts have people's names in it. They're giving their opinion. It doesn't have to be fact. They can be wrong. And it didn't used to be that way until after 9/11 and then what happened during the Obama-Biden administration. I'm telling you nothing about Brianna B2B. A secret is safe with me. I love pulling that joke. How's your health doing, brother? I was going to say yes, but I have a little bit. We fight and call me out if I'm wrong, but nationalism just seems barbaric in a modern world. We're all human. The things we could do together would blow our minds. No, listen, I agree and disagree. Two things can be true, right? There are also people around the world, other tribes, okay? If you think of nationalism like tribes that want us dead and they want our stuff. And especially if you look at how much water the water shortages that the Middle East has right now, they're down to less than 10% of their aquifered water. And because they're pumping the saline or the saline brine back into like the Persian Sea, it's 50 to 80 times saltier than the ocean now. So they're running out of water. So if they want fresh water and still have a lot of land and farmland, America would be a kick-ass thing to come take. If their whole reality is failing, they're going to come after us with guns eventually. We have to think in reality. If we could work together as humanity to fix these problems and then force actual policing on extremism on all sides, we could do absolutely great things together. A lot better. I haven't drank forever because my pancreas foam is full eel. I'm good, brother. Good to hear that, B. If I ever got pregnant, I'd probably have a baby boy, to be honest. Yeah. Stay strong. Yeah, back to work plumbing now. My buddy started his own business, working with him. Hotter than an ember ever. Stay hydrated. Yeah, stay hydrated. For sure, the tribal rival model will never be replaced. Everyone just wants to outdo the other. Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's something that I don't think they're teaching in schools these days. Like we've as a country, we've taken a defense. We changed the Department of War to the Department of Defense. So that's basically saying there is evil in the world. When they attack us, after they kill a couple of us, we'll protect you guys. Rather than saying we're going to try to keep information on everybody and have spies all around. And when people try to set up to kill us, we'll stop it before it happens. Rather than defending the attack, the physical attack. The Great Lakes. Yep. Yep, we got more fresh water than anybody. Fox says they're news entertainment, not news. Right. Go figure, right? I kind of disagree about lamestream. Growing up listening to Walter Cronkite, Vietnam tells me the truth and buckets of lies that we're told. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Makes no sense why they would sail the salt. Why they would sail the salt. Your name on there needed to be. My server name is Brixonia. You're absolutely correct. I don't think it's ever gonna. I don't think it's gonna ever happen. Yeah, you know, and if you look at just what's going on, just in the Middle East, like you've got different sects of the same religion, that do not like each other, but they've got enough land. But now that the water is drying up, it's going to go back to the scriptures that they follow and who is superior in their own minds to another tribe or another locale. The Middle East, because one of the Dakotas, let the Middle East take one for the Dakotas, get some for Somalia. Yeah, take one of the Dakotas. Yeah, Plumman's great. Yeah, make a lot of money. I'm Brixie on the server. Whatever happened to that person? Which one, Patrick? For fluff's sake, because feelings mean more than survival. Yeah, it seems like it to a lot these days. My name starts with a K. I don't want to say it here because I've ruffled some feathers. Just thrive. What's up, Patrick? Random, but you get random, but maybe to get off politics, you want to watch it. You're gonna watch the movie. Listen, so I just left the movie industry. I haven't watched a movie in probably 5 years. Probably 5 years. So when I left the movie industry to start streaming and do YouTube full time, I went around to all my neighbors and said, hey, if there's anything you would pay anybody else for, let me give you a quote. So basically, I handyman for my local community here, and whenever I'm done that for the day, I come and stream. So I don't really have like the free time to sit back. So I haven't watched anything. And locked in. Don't we have a Secretary of War now? Yes. So during the Biden administration and the Obama administration, it was the Department of Defense. So when Trump came back in, he switched it to the Department of War. Message me. Lebanon alone has 18 different religions, right? She was in here last night. I'll wait for you to come out. Fair enough, man. I was just curious. What do you do in the industry? I did a bunch of different things, but mainly I was a prop maker. So I would do props and sets. Came in as a carpenter and then build sets and make worlds. Worked on a lot of big ass movies: Jungle Cruise, Suicide Squad 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3, Black Adam, Brooklyn Brothers Beat the Best. That was like 15 years ago. How church try to get me to help Bible school this year? Yeah, you told me that, right? I have no business teaching kids my sinning ass. I want to see your wagon with the mini tractor. You see it? Yeah, I got a nice one. I go into a coma after. Oh, sorry. We'll get back to it. Dang good, Carver. Thank you. I moved from the Erie to Detroit there. Biden administration shipped 4,800 militias here. I know work for a guy who owns 170 rentals. People have no idea what's going on. What's really going on? Bergen School, that's awesome. World building. Got me to D&T heavily. I used to play a lot of D&D.
Bedside 1 month later, Hans looked at his wife and breathed.
And then he's like, it's fine. And I was like, what? You just spoke. And I was like, Hans, you just spoke? And like, I was like super stoked about it.
Here we go, put D&D to get a Warhammer. Nah, I'm done. I'm
January,
done. I don't have the time
Hans
anymore.
Would walk
Maybe when I retire.
His front door.
That's good. I'm going to dip back for a bit. All right.
What's it
like
to
Brianna,
come
good to
home
see
your
you.
wife and your 2 babies every day?
It's a miracle. Absolutely a miracle.
What I think is just so incredible is that we're sitting here having a full-fledged conversation. If I was just meeting you for the first time, I would have no idea that this happened.
$5,000 or Warhammer.
That's incredible.
I should not be alive. Realistically, I should be dead. And because his grace and his love, I'm still here. The bullet passed through my brain. It's a straight line,
his
all the way
brain.
through. When here, it's still over here.
Hans shows me his CT scan, where the bullet entered and where the lead fragments still live in his brain today. Doctors tell him it's too risky to operate to remove what's left.
Hey, if he can have lead in his brain, we can eat lead paint chips. Imperial Knights, my army of choice. They didn't say it. We'll look it
Just
up.
like your children, you're learning how
We'll see if we can find it, Charlie.
Talk. And was walking also a journey too?
Listen, if it passed through the skull, went through the brain, and hit the skull on the other side, I'm guessing it's more than a 22. Probably a 38.
Relearn everything.
For my PT, they always put me on the treadmill. Like, I'm always running.
You're running?
Yeah, I go running for my PT.
Hans's recovery includes daily speech and occupational therapy. He tells me he's eager to get back to work, and doctors say he should be able to return to a somewhat normal life. The simplicity of normal is all he and his wife have prayed for. Side by side, they take me back to the corner where he was shot 9 months ago.
9 months?
I'm so grateful.
She's been my rock.
He stands with both feet at 51st and Peoria Avenues, ready to share his new testimony,
straight through
knowing the person who fired the weapon is still out there.
Oh, the guy didn't get caught. Damn.
Fearlessly and peacefully already made his decision.
I don't think that holding a grudge against him is going to change anything. I think it's important to forgive people, and so, yeah. I've forgiven him.
In Glendale.
You bounced back well. It took me longer than that to recover an injured shoulder.
Christine Stanwood.
Yeah, and it went through his freaking brain. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can find out the caliber. The official record shooting Arizona does not specify the caliber of the bullet. However, it was confirmed that it was struck in the head by a single projectile. Preaching, yeah. I guess they would have had to remove the bullet to find out the actual caliber, and they left it in there in his brain. But yeah, that's freaking amazing. Yeah, I know people that freaking tore their ACL 20 years ago, and they're still limping around and shit. And he got shot in that. I'm curious though, what kind of government would be set in place if we did have a revolution of some merit. I'm not calling for harm, but reform. So the problem is we don't study. What we should be doing in these liberal arts colleges is we should be having very smart people being Republicans and Democrats, liberals and conservatives. When I was in school, we had debate class. You would be the liberal for one question, and then you would be the conservative for that same question. So you had to argue from both sides. And now they are just teaching socialism and old history back, and now neo-socialism, rather than taking the smart folks and saying, if you could just come up with a new government, what would you do? Why aren't we putting our professors and our young people into creating that rather than, because the problem with socialism, it's been done many times before and we know how it ends. Not only that, other countries know how it ends. So if other countries help America get to become socialist, they will take advantage of that. That's the biggest problem. People think, oh, we'll be self-sufficient. We're not even self-sufficient right now. Yeah, it doesn't kill you. It's a miracle. If it does kill you, then you're in a better place. That's small caliber for sure. He ain't bad messed up, dude. Now I'm able to disfigure him out. And they don't know who it is. They don't know who it is. What about libertarian model? What do I do with the whole left and the right as a whole? I'm no expert. I mean, listen. I would be more for a libertarian model, but I also know that would be Control-Alt-deleting what we've done, and other countries' militaries and whatnot would surpass us and eventually destroy us. If we don't continue to work with other countries and do the brain work and support for other countries and develop the wealth that we develop to develop the military that we need to develop, we will be overtaken. There's no room for revolution. We will be, if we revolted, Russia, North Korea, China would jump in boats and get over here and help take us out and replace us. Lickety split. You have a bunch of bright-eyed children who think that they'll get power. They're the ones when it goes communist or socialist. They think because I've got a degree, they'll put me up high up in the government. That's what they all think to themselves. They don't think, oh, I'm going to help the United States overthrow capitalism, become socialist, then I'll be a baker. They don't think that. They don't think I'm going to do that and be a plumber. They think they'll be in upper government in the air conditioned buildings. Yeah, and that's the problem. They don't care because they don't care. The liberals do not care about the conservative half of the country. They would be happy if they all died off. And if they got power, they would do more for the previous liberals than the previous conservatives under the old system. It just can't happen. We're too tribally broken. But I would like to see it done academically. I would absolutely like to see a bunch of people spend a couple of years to come up with a separate system of government and then run it as an academic experiment. That's what we should be doing rather than trying to teach everybody to. Yeah, it would turn into a shithole. I wish more people would be more reasonable like most libertarians. I agree. Every system in badly, it doesn't end up when it's doing good. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, right. Yeah, it does bad when it's over. Damn, we're good for Mrs. Bree. Yeah, 50 years of Marxist brainwashing done by our academic institutions. Right. Yeah, and it's you forgot about the American redneck. I'm down here in Georgia now. I know all about the American rednecks. How scary. It's going good, brother. Scary how stupid, cowardly the woke elites are. The U.S. media and journalism is dead. It's dead. Absolutely dead. And the absolute blessing of independent media is an absolute blessing. Dude, do you see how bad like the viewership that the mainstream media gets is? Like, there's people with YouTube channels that blow them away multiple times a day. Like, the weekly viewership of some, like, CNN shows and Fox News shows get blown away by YouTubers. Left and right may flip people as elite robot armies. Yeah, they're not. They don't follow the same government structure as we do. The other thing scary about them is how they don't even try to hide their intentions anymore. What's up, Gary? If we have no means to end, it's all about power. Yeah, no, yeah, build a foundation. I agree. What up, Papa Bear? The media, as best as hope, don't decide to vote by rifle. Yep, that's what they're hoping. That's why. And this is one thing that also pushed me away from the Democratic Party. They're absolute. They constantly keep places violent. They constantly keep places violent, and they are criminal friendly. They constantly allow the release, like removing bail so people get out right away, and you have all this recidivism, and then crime stats get crazy, and you get more body cam footage of violence, and then they use that body cam footage to say, well, if we removed everybody's guns, well, I don't trust you. Someone still feeds money to legacy media. Yeah. The whole voting system is honestly out of inhibition. Had us in hibernation for so long. Yep, I agree. Yeah, overlords will save us, will they? Keep thinking that. I don't identify as left, right, libertarian. I identify as American and vote best ideas. Yeah, that's where I've gotten to now. When Iran war will end up, brother? No. I honestly do not think America wants. I don't even think America wants a boots on the ground war, like just like this bombing campaign and whatnot. I do not think that they want this to continue, and I know the pressure that's being put on China. China has reduced the amount of oil that they got by 45% because they got that from Iran. And they're not getting that anymore. So they're going to start hurting soon. And then they're going to because they're buddies with Iran, the Iranian leadership. We cursed mainstream media with mass online media. They got bitter. I think that absolutely happened. What do you think of that gentleman that wears a dress up in Maine? Oh, listen, I love people. Why did we allow this form of mental instability to be put on display? That dude needs help. He doesn't need to be, he can't. And look, I'm not saying all trans people have mental issues, but that dude, you're talking about the dude that's running for Graham Plattner's place in Maine. That dude was like, they're like, why do you think you should be senator? And he said, well, I write my own books and I write songs, and I just want to use the bathroom, and I'll be their worst enemy. He's in a bad place, and whatever he feels about himself, herself, whose self, people need help, not. But by the government's divide and conquer scheme, especially on the left, they call it having a big tent by having as many minorities as they can have. But when they run out of skin color minorities and they have to start going into sexual persuasion and proclivities as identity groups, they start moving into mental afflictions as identity groups, just so that they can have more. The more minorities you put together, eventually you can become the majority, and that's obviously their plan. And they're hurting. They're getting people hurt. Be careful saying stuff like that. I pray it doesn't happen, but I'm not looking if it happens. Communists need the chaos. That's why they do it. The journalists were supposed to be the quasi-fourth branch, watching the three branches of government. Check out, it's dead because the journalists are active Marxists. Yeah. We should just put them all in work camps, hardware with human experiments. Jesus, they gotta have the bullets first. What up, XDC? Ashley Webb for president. Yeah, Ashley Webb. Ashley Webb. Be careful saying that. YouTube be tripping. The dude's addressed it seems to be the most reasonable out of the bunch. Doesn't China have an oil coalition with the Middle East and Russia? Maybe it was some bullshit I read. I mean, maybe some, but they were getting 45% of their oil from Iran. China also lost Venezuela, right? Yep. The puppet man. I voted for Trump, but there's boots on the ground. I'll be calling for his impeachment. Yeah. I don't see why there would be boots on the ground. We've got some kick-ass technology. We got freaking space lasers. We got freaking drones. We got the most kick-ass planes. I don't see why there would be boots on the ground. The only reason for boots on the ground is financial. Did you see the new viral video of a woke dude getting arrested? No. China won't need oil anytime soon. Kind of because Richard went too far and said, okay, that's enough. Sir Ashley Webb. Greetings, Agus. Yep, real life idiocracy. Shiraj. We surpassed idiocracy a long time ago. I want to contact my uncle and see if I can get him to direct my idea for idiocracy 2.0, Wrath of Convenience. Says the average empire lasts around 250 years. With the birthday of Americans just celebrate. Wake up, fellow Americans. They'll fix it. Nobody will. I agree. Steven Spielberg. They actually, that's what they need. Idiocracy. They need a green drink. There's interesting history about the Communist Party of America trying to lie to the Catholic Church, break it apart. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, they call it Monster Energy drink. Lindsey Graham be buried in a dress. Who knows these days, dude? Who knows? I hate the system so much at this point. I think it'd probably be hilarious if they won me. I doubt it. Stayed in the closet the whole time. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, because he stayed in the closet the whole time. Let him have the presidency too. All right, brother. Have a good night, Shiraj. Lindsey should have came out and been himself. Nobody would have cared. Yeah, nobody. Look, the more I learn about the Republicans and the Trump administration, he's got like one of the highest levels in our government is a gay guy, and it's like I just don't believe the bullshit anymore. Ashley Webb seems trustworthy. I wonder if it was a babysitting gig. Jeez, Jason. We got the 6547. Cop showed up for a different call, stolen vehicle guy. Well, yeah, that. Yes, I did see that. I saw a part of that. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Drone warfare is honestly ushered into the age of unmanned warfare. Yeah, it appears that way. Yeah. Bruce says, if professional capitalism on the index of busting and run your small business, real economy is dead. I agree. A real economy is basically dead. But I think I think there's still plenty of value. We just have to think a little differently about how to get it and make it work for us. I saw a meme this morning. Man told New York, California to hold my beer. Hashtag keep it in the bedroom. Hashtag keep it out of government. Keep the government out of the bedroom. It's at 209, the new version of RoboCop. Okay, so let's see if I can find this real quick. Okay, let's see. Oops. All right, let's see. Richard, how dare you speak facts about point about drugs, cabinet, Toba? And what that talk about a lot of New England sites, Twilight Zone, everything points to that. As we care, it's artists. But it's a bunch of wackadoos. Christine Ohm husbands have told. I heard that. So I heard somebody say that. I never looked into it, but that's Facebook, Instagram. Okay, let's see if I can find it here. Student has meltdown over misgendering by police officer. Yes, that was crazy stuff. Stats driving trucks, guns national, but they still vote. Dang it, where's the... All right, let me see if I can find a short. Oh, does that? Okay. All right, we'll watch this one here.
I gotta work this stolen vehicle.
What do you mean, OPD?
Alpha 73 University.
Alpha 73?
Can we get another unit to deal with
globally
isolated? Jay Lee here, he is having a breakdown.
Say! Just say the right pronoun!
What'd you say?
7351.
Get down on the ground right now.
No!
You're about to get sprayed.
No!
Get down on the ground right now.
Leave me alone!
I can come in there.
Leave me alone, please!
Okay, are you gonna calm down?
I'm getting my phone out. I have to film this.
I'm telling you.
I have to film this. I have, and see the way that this often goes. I have to film this. He's going to get out of jail, start a GoFundMe, get a couple $100,000, and then go to court, get a $50 fine, and then have some money, and then blow it all on bullshit. A leftist murdered a prominent conservative politician in the UK last week. I saw that. Something went wrong up down the demographic stats, most line with blue areas. Yeah, the legend is live. EnviroPro! Left one to attack. What's up, EnviroPro? Hey, that's what back to the point of violence problems without police, without the military keeping us at bay. Why do you think they were pushing the defund the police narrative over and over again, and the disarm the Americans over and over and over again? Unsettling parallels to 1984. What's up, Catsby?
Right. Down. I will call.
You know what this is?
This
is over your back.
No.
Okay, so I'm only going to ask you one more time. You can record all you want, but it's already beyond that point.
This is going to go on the internet. Don't you realize this is going to go on the internet?
I'm just asking you to please stop stress.
We
same with the elements of the
No, you didn't.
Yes.
You came in with hostile intent.
Put your
Massachusetts says that's independence.
Get on the ground right now.
Don't hurt me.
Get on the ground right now.
Don't hurt me.
Get down on the ground right now.
Boy
is right.
About a wild video that has been.
Yeah, jeez, man. Listen, we need to help these people. The problem with allowing this to go through society as just people making decisions, or I was born this way. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know that there's not a parasitic infection that causes this kind of outrage? How do you know that there's not a vitamin or mineral deficiency causing this kind of stuff going on? How do you not know? You don't know, because it's like, oh, they're being their authentic self, which means there's no need to look into it. And these people are going through freaking hell. If Democrats create a civil war, they could rebuild a government. Yeah, that's exactly right. So brave and stunning, stunning and brave. Real Americans. MAGA. I'm sorry about Ask Wilkins are needed today. Listen, a lot of people have never been told no. A lot of people have never heard the word no when stopping them from doing something they want to do. And when they hear for 5, 6, 7 years that everything they do, I mean, there was a Family Guy clip where the bartender's like, please, ma'am, no porn at the bar. And she's like, oh, I'm transgender. And the bartender's like, well, then by all means, do whatever you want all the time. And this is what's turning into. I'm pulling out my phone. You know, like the internet's going to know what you're doing to me. There won't be much of the left of survival. Watch this retard. It's too much worry about his pronouns. Right. And to drive and to they need help. We've got the scientific ability to find out if it's something going on. But I think they don't want the answer. What if they find out, say, that it's what's one of the conspiracies? There's food dye. What if it's red 40? What if it's something common that the FDA is allowed in our food? What if it is the water's making the frogs gay? What if it's anything like that? Why not find out? Because then they might become conservatives if you fix the problem. And they don't want that. Oh, Gadsad calls it a parasitic mind. Yeah. They got their wish. They got his number 40 police about blue hair. It's obviously something of the condition. It seems so scripted too. Like, why does everybody have the odd hair color? And there's also been studies done about odd hair color and main character syndrome. And the best part of this video is a cop telling him the taser. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, and I don't know if he actually hit the guy with the taser or not. But it didn't seem to work. When I saw that earlier, a guy who talked to flat camera, and I felt this is, I'll give you a hint. Tiny hat. I think it's a hair dye is causing their brain damage. Right. Check anything. Your hair is essentially hollow tube that absorbs toxins right into your brain. Your hair follicle roots are connected to your lymphatic system. Yeah, that's true. Madison Cawthorn exposed how hardcore conservative Republicans fly their freak flag. Listen, and fly your freak flag, but they fly it in their bedrooms. They didn't make it a public. It's great. Have sex with trans people. Have sex with men. Have sex with women. It's only until like the past 10 years that it became you gotta let everybody know. Like, just do your freaking job. But they do drug. Yes, they do drug the hell out of kids a lot. Right. I was drugged for 30 years. And like, I had severe ADHD, depression, anxiety, and I was on all kinds of drugs. And then finally, in my mid 40s, 45 years old, I start taking a B12 supplement, and then it goes away in an hour. Oh, so all these years, I'm 6'4" at 138 pounds, and you didn't say, well, maybe you're not absorbing your vitamins and minerals properly. Maybe there's something wrong with your guts. Maybe. I think brainwashing started under Obama and it really kicked in during the COVID and Biden. I agree too. But we knew it was wrong when the Republicans were punching a bunch of pussies too. Right. The weakness, absolute pussification. What are your thoughts about Democrats running in Maine? I think he's perfect. There you go. Ashley Webb. What if the COVID-19? What if it is? Right. What if it's the COVID vaccine? Then what are they going to do? Then you're going to be able to sue? Bet if metastasized cancer from Obama. Glasses, too big, goofy glasses. What's making frogs about making water gay? What if the frogs are making the water gay? Good point, Super Obama. I noticed glasses, bowl cuts, the liberals always like 15 years ago. I always mentioned it. Propylene glycol is the main ingredient in Jabberwocky book that they took COVID spread heavily related to pigs with propylene glycol, which is gender dysphoria, lymphatic cancer. Jesus Christ. It's been chemically known for 80 years. What's Yuri Bowser off 1984? Yeah, I watched that. I watched it probably in 1984. Yeah, that and word for word. Look up Cayman Chemicals website number. Luciferase. Yeah, I'm familiar with luciferase. Yeah. It's so crazy because it lights. You get further down the item 33,474, you will get into the NIHC database, which gets into the concept of nanomolecular programmable self-replicating polymers. Yeah, like white blood clots. You think the patterns would be linked to brain chemistry? So of course. Listen, everything does. Everything links to neurotransmitter synthesis and how it needs to be. Your body is a chemical reaction. Like the fueling, like how, like the only thing we don't know is what the mind actually is, because the mind doesn't seem to be in the brain. Oddly enough. PEGs and BPAs. Holy shit, my dog's wiggling out. The thunder's lightning. Cross-reference chemical industry with gender dysphoria. Yeah. Corey, hey, thank you, brother. Bye. Thank you, brother XTC. Thank you, my friend. Okay, where are we at? All right, let's find something fun to do. What do you think Jeff Bezos do fake mean? Yeah, wackadoo. Get you a shirt. 110thgrade.com. What? You don't like shirts? Get you a hat. 110thgrade.com. Wackadoo. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, these people are unbelievable what's going on in the world. And the amount of like people that flip out so quick, especially on the left. Like people on the right will talk to you and answer questions and be like, I'm gonna stay voting Democrat, and they'll be like, okay, one day maybe you'll see what my point. But if you're on the left, then you're a pedophile, you love it. And it's just like, I don't see it. I'm not seeing what you're seeing, man. Fake meat lining up with the tick. Oh, Jeff Bezos. I thought you meant, okay, no, no, you're Jeff Bezos is fake meat or Bill Gates fake meat, or both of them doing fake meat. What up, Luke? Guess what? Chicken butt? All right, that's it. Floating slums. Chicken butt. I knew it. Clock it. Thank you, Catsby. It literally happened. Sorry, it's beautiful, Luke. I thought it was funny. Guess what, chicken butt? Guess who? Frank Perdue. If 200 American billionaires have meetings and come to the conclusion that now's the time. Literally just a Civil War conversation with them. Right. Yeah. How much money can we make? Both fake meat lines up with ticks because they don't want society to collapse. Food starts running low. Bam. Thank you, Luke. Luke's got the stars coming in. Silver star. Looks gold to me. Thank you, brother Luke. All right, let's watch the world's largest floating sub. It's part of ideological subversion according to the KGB. Irreversible. We'll see.
I'm here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm about to enter one of the craziest and most chaotic slums in
what up,
the world.
Gwen?
This is Makoko, where more than 300,000 people
Gwen's
live
in the
still homes above the
only
world's most polluted water.
The next generation.
You see the color of the water is murky.
Okay, right. So here's the problem with processing vegetation into meat-like substances. You have to use emulsifiers and fats emulsifiers that allow water and oil to mix. These emulsifiers absorb particular vitamins and minerals across the gut wall. And then you get sick, and then they're like, don't worry, we forced you all to have insurance, health insurance, so now you're going to need to use it. I also have facts be nothing to these people. All right, brother B2B. It's a gold star. You're investment off. Yeah. decade, 1984. My local farmer started using free-range chickens to eat ticks. Yeah, I've got 8 chickens right now outside walking around. Mushroom protein is the future. I mean, it doesn't have any B12 in it though.
This lagoon is their livelihood, but it's also their toilet and their bathtub.
Oh man, I just saw the kid drink the water.
It's so dangerous that I had to hire 2 policemen to protect me so I don't get robbed. But the biggest threat is the government, because it's only a matter of time until these people are forced out of their homes. So who lives here, and how long will they fight to stay? I'm about to spend a day in their world to find out.
We're in the outskirts of Coco right now. People banging on the car.
The biggest gang I know. They call the government.
I say you get front. Come looking for front.
He said this is our community. You can't just come in here like that without like permission, basically.
There's literally like 20 people surrounding our car.
I just told them now I'm going to see the chief. They were like, oh, I should have told them that. I should have waited. Like, I've not seen you people before, and I don't know you people.
People are very protective about their communities here.
Are they guiding you there, or they're like still telling you to fuck off?
Yeah, like I just said it because it's funny, but yeah, I'm afraid the government. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Right. Papa Bear said documented the problems humans and reptiles. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the Discord. Thank you, Tom, brother. Humans are not earthworms. We don't have gender neutral. Yeah, you know.
He knows exactly where he's going.
Here we go. Let the madness begin. Thank you for driving us.
So it's like freaking.
I've heard so many things about this place.
It's a whole community.
It's like when you come into Atlanta or any other gangland with street gangs, you have to check in. You have to let the local gang leaders know if you're not from their gang what you're doing in town. That's exactly where do you think we get it from? This is Nigeria.
It is. It's crazy.
And it's a big community.
Every time you hear the word Oyibo, they're talking about you.
The word Oyembo means white guy.
If you hear it, it's you.
They're referring to me. Or Mate. One of us.
Yeah,
how are you, bro? Hi, how are you?
Fine.
This is crazy. I see like dozens of boats and big wooden sticks that they're using to push off the edge. If I fall in the water, it's game over.
And there's no way you're gonna find the water.
Leave me there. If I fall in this water, leave me there.
This water, yeah. Hey man, how are you? My name is Drew.
I'm Gabriel.
Nice to meet you, bro. Have you been here before?
This is my first time.
White boy, Rich.
Exactly.
Very clean.
What do you think so far?
The environment is so nice.
I think we're gonna come out very humbled by this experience.
Yeah. Mammals. We're mammals. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
You can see like the only way to get from point A to point B is to take a boat. Like you can't walk around because it's just water. I guess you could swim. Would you swim in the water?
No, never.
That was a dead dog. These taxi drivers, they're just like all day, just pumping the stick.
Yes.
Wow, I can't even gather my thoughts right now. This is really, really crazy. The water smells really, really bad. There's trash everywhere. But I'm seeing a lot of smiling faces, which is really nice.
Omnivore mammals
like,
to
through the cracks,
predatory
everyone's
mammals.
waving, smiling.
Predatory mammals get a certain amount of meat protein. Right. Exactly. Right. We need amino acids. There are multiple types of amino acids. Some our bodies can make, some we need to get from food. With vitamins. Vitamins are chemicals our body needs that we cannot make ourselves, except for vitamin D, which is more like a steroid. But we make it the cholesterol in our skin. Sunlight, UV light hits our skin, converts cholesterol to vitamin D3. All of the main vitamins you get, your body doesn't make. You have to get them from your diet. Whole continent's still living in the 18th century, right? Yep. I may not be a mammal. That's right. You're an egg layer. Crazy women.
You can see the little land that they do have is being used fully. So here they're having a soccer game and the kids are just kicking it around. But this is really one of the only plots of land that you'll see here. Everything else is just kind of makeshift or it's just inside of their homes. I don't think I've ever seen so many kids in my life.
Did you guys see the Afro-Japanese fusion restaurant over there? Makoko Waterfront.
Afro-Japanese fusion?
I love it.
This lady's cooking a full meal here. She has the fire going.
On the boat. She had a fire on the boat. Since I started eating mostly meat 2 months ago and cut sugars, is clearly way healthier. Not even debatable. Not even debatable. Absolutely. When I found out that I had a bunch of vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and I started eating a lot more meat and stopped eating breakfast, sugary breakfasts usually, but stopped eating breakfast, and I only have sugar in my coffee in the beginning of the day because I have a lot of supplements that I add to my coffee. But life got way better. Way better. Everything. Depression, gone. Anxiety, gone. Memory, cleared up. Brain fog, gone. Fart stopped stinking as bad. Resting heartbeat is 45, 77. It's not all of Africa. There's definitely more advanced cities. Yeah, like Morocco, brother. Meat is probably 65, 75% of it out. Mine too. Sentinel Island. Meat and water. Yeah, so the way diabetes used to be treated before we had modern medicine was called the steak and water diet. They would put you on steak and water, and that's how you didn't die from diabetes back in the day. 92 ecstasy. I've been eating more steak, bacon, and eggs, less grain. Yeah, processed carbohydrates. Processed carbohydrates are whack-a-do. I actually didn't even see the conversation, just assumed it was chemicals, weed mostly. I think it's also legal weed. I think it's the very high changes of weed or something that's being sprayed on the weed, like whatever, if it's being used for like artificial fertilizers and pesticides. 99% for which I'll give you not 100. Brain fog is crazy. Now the GMO soy is actually a carpet. It's being used primarily and since for wiring. So soy can also act as estrogen. So you have all of these people, especially man to M2F, man to woman, man to female, male to female, gender dysphorics, and you wonder if they're eating a lot of soy or drinking soy milk and stuff. It's like supercharged. Morocco is cool as hell, even though I'm mad at them about the World Cup.
It's amazing. It's a full restaurant on the boat. What? This lady has an entire shop here. That's really cool. Hey, how are you? Hello. They're all saying wee wee like I'm French.
Yeah, boo. Wee wee.
It's amazing. There's kids everywhere. There's like kids' school boats going by. They're mostly under 10.
The little boy said, if you fill me up, run away. He's over there.
Pound it. What's your name? Nice to meet you. How old are you?
Wow, Venice of Africa.
Can I ask you about your tribal marks?
Yes, when I launched Sunscale, cap, also wrap around electrical tape.
There's marks that are being made when people are sick. They make a mark and then they put some medicine in it, and then it becomes a thing. This is not the only type of tribal mark. It's just, in her particular case, this is what it is.
Makoko started as a small fishing village in the 1800s, way before Lagos became the megacity it is today. Over time, it grew into one of the largest informal settlements in West Africa. The residents are primarily from the Ogun tribe, whose ancestors...
I don't like it. I've never really liked tofu or even like my sister used to make edamame beans to like rip open and pop and I just didn't really like the taste of them. I've never been a big fan of soy. Definitely never drank soy milk or anything. Never drank oat milk or almond milk or any of that. I never really drank milk until I started, because I had lactose intolerance until I moved to Georgia and I started drinking raw milk and my lactose intolerance went away. Even if now I eat pizza, I have no problems with it. It's like almost like I cured my lactose intolerance by having raw milk repopulate my gut bacteria. I got bitch slapped by a water tank expansion ring with a cutting torch, 30,000 gallons, solid steel. Went back to work for half hour at the hospital. No hairline fracture, 17 staples. Girls and women can eat all the soy they want. Conspiracy theorists about soy. I am too. The term soy boy, right, for a reason. Right. They start to act odd. I love tofu. Also, soy has a negative effect on women as well. The gain progesterone version of the soy product confuses the body to think it has excess soy. Well, I think that's why there's a lot of reproductive problems in America and in places that use a lot of processed soy. Progesterone acts like birth control. What's wrong, Space Cow? I know quite a few gay pride parades who were canceled this year, probably connected with USAID. Yeah, I am. Also, a biochemical imbalance in the brain directly related to how we're now proving that your appendix actually is not to do with probiotics function brain. Right. So when I went to school, we did like little minor anatomy, and the appendix was called a vestigial organ, which was left over from evolution. And now we know that it's not. It's safe harbor for your gut microbiome. Your gut microbiome, if you have diarrhea or whatever and you flush out your intestines, it can come back, your gut microbiome can come out of that safe harbor, which is your appendix, and repopulate your gut microbiome. I'll pass on anything. So yeah, I'm right there with you, Matt, brother. She says, whoa, you didn't know that? Yeah. So and now they're like they're redoing the evolution science because now in upper higher education, like in the research schools, it doesn't work anymore. Like Darwin's for evolution of survival of the fittest doesn't work anymore. So they're trying to come up with a new theory. My mom at 70 years old was diagnosed with diabetes type 1. We used to keto diet, actually reversed diabetes type 2. That's good. Soy products are okay if you go 100% organic. Yeah, how easy can you get it, though, unless you grow it yourself? Papa Bear problems at Monsanto. Yes, right.
Are fishermen who migrated here in search of better waters.
That was amazing.
Fishing isn't just a livelihood in Makoko. It's a legacy passed down through generations. Nearly every family owns a canoe, whether it's for catching shrimp or traveling to school or the market. But life on the water presents a unique set of challenges.
GMO.
I'm meeting up with the chief's son named Sunday, who can tell us
That's right, the seed vault in the Arctic Circle.
A little more about this place he calls home.
What is the biggest challenge of living here?
I'll say living on water is part of our culture. Like I can say, we are very happy living in this place. And the challenges we're facing is just from the government. They want everybody to live equably.
This is your home, so...
Yes, this is our home, but they want us to live. They say Makoko is an eyesore, it's not good looking. And another challenge is education. We run 2 schools in this place for free education, like for the kids. The first school in this place was given in 2009. Before that, there was nothing like education. So the plan is just to make sure that the kids...
They had no education until 2009.
They have standard policy education, so they go out to college.
I agree, and we've done a lot to weed since the decriminalization. We've done a lot genetically to weed. Studies suggest modern testosterone levels.
The houses are everywhere. It's sprawling.
And listen, they know that. Why do you think when you're scrolling through YouTube now, every third ad's a dick drug? Like why? Why is your dick not working? You know, have you, and no doctors give anybody vitamin and mineral tests. They'll do it when you're in the emergency room or when you're dead, possibly in the emergency room, but maybe when you're dead to see that you died of vitamin deficiency. Yeah, that should be the first thing doctors check. They should check for parasites and vitamin mineral deficiencies, but that would knock out 99% of their business, I believe.
Somebody wants to move here and make a house. Anybody can just like build a house?
No, you can't.
What up, Patterson? What up, Georgie?
That's why you have a chief. If you want to build a house, you come to the chief and tell the chief, I need a place for my family to build a house. Okay, this is where you should build your house.
Is it dangerous here?
No, it's not really safe if you comes without us. Yeah. And you know the guys that comes to the car, so I actually spoke to him on the phone.
So you have to know someone.
You have to know someone, exactly.
Sunday sheds so much light on what it's actually like to live here, but there is a lot more to explore. For now, I'm ready to grab some lunch and see what kind of seafood these fishermen are bringing in.
Wow, man!
See, this is how this smells.
That's amazing. It smells really good. It's a smoky flavor. Hi, how are you?
Hello, Namilia. She said she's fine.
Where did you get all the fish? Like from which fisherman?
A fisherman that normally sells fish to him.
What's the best and the worst thing about living in Makoko?
She says living on water is part of our culture. That whenever we're in Makoko, it makes our business so easy for us. It's easy to get the fish from the fishermen. and easy for us to smoke it and to take it to the market.
What's the worst part about living here?
Despite the fact that we are struggling hard to make a living, the government is still giving us problem.
Government. Everybody blame the government.
Yes, everybody.
We are now choosing
the biggest
fish
gang I
for
know.
lunch,
Wonder who's
which looks
behind making
amazing.
everyone
They're
dumb.
gold. They're
Yes, yeah, that's right, Mr. George. Tofu me like his pace doesn't like to do. I don't like it. I don't like it. It just my body just says don't freaking swallow that stuff. This good I like tofu because it makes the I like tofu because it makes it taste like anything. I never got into that nut milk stuff. Never. None of that stuff, man. And listen, now we know that oat milk can keep your intestines from absorbing magnesium. So a lot of people drink oat milk because they have intestinal issues. And then so you drink oat milk and it makes your intestinal issues worse because you need magnesium for your intestines to work properly. Why do you think like high dose magnesium is what they give you for colonoscopies and laxative? Switzerland, for some reason I thought it was Norway. Switzerland, yeah, doesn't raw milk doesn't have the same chemicals? No, it's straight out the cow, filtered and refrigerated. It's not pasteurized, which kills all the beneficial bacteria, and then homogenized. So like my milk, the fat floats to the top. So I shake my milk up before I pour a glass of it. But the milk in the grocery store, you don't have to shake because they do something to the fat so that it doesn't. Magnesium citrate, that's right. Make you poop quick, with a quickness.
really smoky. This is awesome. The smoke is intense. That's
Pooping with the quickness.
Have you ever had fish
Toga
like
party,
that?
baby.
Smoked like that?
Toga party.
I have, but never like right off the grill. So, Drew, you're doing well in this smoke situation. I can't keep my eyes open.
I'm trying. That smoke is really intense. I can't imagine cooking the fish and standing there all day. I just came over here to gather my thoughts right now. I'm amazed, I'm appreciative, I'm disgusted, I'm all words that you could think of. Here we are now gonna go
What
eat
is
the
that?
fish.
It's so disgusting.
Sit down and look at the water.
It's freaking fresh smoked fish in the middle of the freaking wackadoo. That's my emergency chemical. Now, do you drink a nut milk? If you do, or oat milk or anything like that, it might be why you need an emergency chemical.
So they've made a makeshift table here with benches, and it smells really, really good. I've never had a circular fish before.
Pick it up.
Yeah, how do you do it? You just kind of, okay?
Like this.
And you open it?
Yeah.
Bon appetit. Gotta be honest, that's pretty tasty. Perfectly smoked, no bones, really tasty.
Unless you eat the bones. You drink almond milk?
This community is built on.
That might be why you need an emergency chemical. Toga. Almonds take about 6 times. I think it's more than that. Isn't it like 12 times? I guess it depends which plant you're talking about, but I thought it was like a lot more. 6 might still a lot. Milk comes from the teat, not a nut. That's right. That's right, Charlie. That's right.
On fishing. Fish is everything, so it's really cool to try what they're known for. So one fish is $6. You told me the average family earns $5 a day, so they can't afford one fish.
He's gonna freak it.
This is the most
well, I mean, at least you stayed alive long enough to upload the video. Last food instead of fast food.
Or do they just sell it?
They sell it outside.
Outside, okay.
Nobody buy this in this community. They take it outside, come to sell it.
Yeah. So this fish is precious fish that comes from here, and they sell it outside of the community.
Yeah.
And damn, it's tasty. How's that?
So tasty.
You like it?
Love it.
You're not talking over here, so
Love
don't tell me
it.
that you like it.
Listen, so good.
Hey, I've noticed a lot of the kids in their belly button, it like goes out. Is that like, what is that? What?
It's the way that
They cut the umbilical cord?
It's no common in Nigeria.
and also it's kind of hereditary. So if the mother has something big like that,
Got it.
it's possible to have.
Wow. Milk is actually from a blood,
You got it.
sanguinated blood.
They're picking up
Why
a
do we drink cow's milk, not human milk? Have you seen how little milk humans give and how much milk cows give?
dragonfly.
And cow's milk, you can get much more of it, you know, instead of just like having like ladies come by and get milked a couple times a day, just be like, okay, a couple more women will have 1 more gallon for sale. Mostly disease, but quarantine 2 weeks around right now. Yeah, after that, too many questions of viral infectious disease from the human body and pork and petri dishes. And our mouths compared to others are ass. Yep.
So we've made it to a little
kids have
corner here
aliens
with
coming
the
out of
family.
every net fish. Right, that's what it is. It's freaking, it's intestinal worms. I was trying to find a way to make easy money. Sell some booby milk. I shouldn't talk about it. You can definitely do that. So I was at a bar. I used to play music back before I was in the movies. And there was this woman who made $200 in about 5 minutes. So this guy asked for, like, she was lactating, and it was obvious. So he was like, and he was drunk. He was like, I'll give you $100 to give me a shot glass full. And then he was like, I'll give you $50 for another one. And then he gave her $50 again. So $200 in like 5 minutes. It's crazy. People are absolutely crazy. I find that horror movie for that. We're in trouble. I just checked the guy at the Jewish house. They say their psych answers are all wrong. What happened, freaking Space Cow? $200.
Selling the food. Hi, how are you? So the whole family would sleep in this one room, right?
Yes.
Is this pretty much like a standard house here in Makoko?
Yes, this house, most of the houses, the inside looks like in Makoko.
And when it rains, does the water come through the roof? Or not
If the roof is not okay, then the water comes. But if it's okay, there's no problem.
For showers and stuff, how does?
You have to put a jerry can, like the bath in the boat, goes to where the water point is to fetch water and bring it to the house.
So everyone in the family has to do that?
Yes, every morning. Every
morning?
Yeah, every morning.
Wow. So she has power, so she can charge her stuff.
She
went back for seconds and thirds,
before, which is no more working.
Solar power.
Solar power.
She had that good.
Like peacefulness here because no one's on their phone all the time. Everyone's like in the community.
Right.
I started using smartphone 2021.
2021?
Yes, that's when I started using smartphone.
Really?
Yeah,
It probably opened up your eyes.
Yeah, it actually opened my eye a lot, and it also helps me to talk to the students about it and internet. But one thing about people here is like they only work hard just to survive, just put the food on the table, nothing else.
They don't think about future savings, nothing.
Want to buy a car, want to build a house, if you want to do this. No.
It's just day by day.
As long as they have the food on the table, they're fine.
2021. He didn't get a smartphone until 2021.
The bathroom here is a curtain, and literally you go inside, and this is the bathroom. They actually cut it to be kind of a toilet. But once again, there are people swimming in this water, they're drinking in this water.
Yeah. Speaking of how I can relax now. I've held water, done my chores.
So we now need to get back on the boat, but there's a bunch of boats in the way. So we have to make room. This is just daily life situation here in Makoko.
Dude's got an AK.
My mic just got stuck.
Oh, hell no.
Onto the top of the gun. This is the mic, bro. Mic check. The gun came and hit me in the throat. The gun was here. That's how it got the mic. What do you think about Makoko? First time?
So, I mean, the environment is not good to live.
Now, we're living here. My house is here. This is where I stay. And we've been reaching out to the government to do it. Can we do it alone? No. But for it to say it's not good for human beings to live. You see they fall inside this water. You see the water, right? This water, I'm telling you, I will swim this water and nothing will happen to me.
Swim in it.
As it's dirty,
put a sock in it, boy.
The government have to help some things.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
They need to help. This place can be clean. It can be better. We cannot do it alone. We don't have the money.
This kind of environment, I've not seen it before. Whenever I pass a terminal break, I only see building here. But I don't know it's something like this.
Sorry, I'm telling you, there are some people here that have been living here for more than 10 years. I can tell you, they've never stayed their foot on the land. The only people I see they go to the land almost every day are the women, because they have to take their fish out to sell.
On one hand, I agree with my bodyguard that the living conditions in Makoko are extremely difficult. But I also sympathize.
Listen, if you were born there and that's all you've ever seen, like he just said, there's people that have been there 10 years and never stood foot on actual land. So they don't know that's dirty. No one's told them, hey, that can be diseases. That can have diseases. That can have parasites. That can have germs. No one's told it. They only have 2 schools and they've only got the first one in 2009.
With Sunday that real people live here and their stories deserve respect. But no matter what, it's clear that this community needs serious support from the government. Nigeria is the 6th most populated country on Earth, and Lagos alone has 25 million people. So as the city keeps growing, the pressure on slums like Makoko will only get worse.
We've made it to the clinic.
Over time, they can develop tolerance to nuclear radiation as well, right?
You can see there are 4 beds for patients who might be sick. Is healthcare like an issue? Are a lot of people getting sick here?
There's nobody here. So the only time you get to see people here is during mosquito season.
What about like other sicknesses, like
other sicknesses like typhoid? Most sicknesses you get to see people have in this place, typhoid and malaria.
I'm amazed to learn that
typhoid and malaria, and they probably got parasites out the yin yang, and it's probably just not. You don't tell them it's an issue. You know, it's
people
an
don't
issue.
get sick from the
they
water
obviously
here.
immune to the
Like we're
fecal
used to
disease.
it. It's
Right?
really sad.
How the hell do you swim in that? Use that maybe they use different fresh water to cook with and whatnot. They bathe with different water, but yeah, you would imagine just a little drop in the mouth here, drop in the mouth there. It'd be some sort of parasitic infection. Same in Mexico. Most people drink the water, but if you go there, right. Montezuma's revenge.
Sad to see the situation here for a hospital. Can't imagine getting sick and coming here. I'm learning that you guys are like, your health is fine. A lot of people will probably think that it's unsanitary.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
We're fine. When it comes to health, like we're fine. The only thing that is affecting us is government trying to send us away from this place. Is it possible to catch a live fish from the water and put it on a dry land to survive? Even if you take them from this place, go put them in a beautiful house on an island, they won't be able to stay. Like, they want to stay in this place. People here, their life they're living is different life and that. Like, you don't just consider it with the one you're living outside there. It's different.
You ever had like maybe, I don't know, a conversation with any of those councils to be like, okay, we don't want to go to land, but maybe this place can be cleaned up, and have they?
Well, not only that, the herbs and spices and flavorings that we used were natural anti-parasitics. Like you have like a wormwood, black walnut, garlic bulb, all those are oregano. They're all anti-parasitics. So when we started as a society started using artificial flavorings, the artificial flavorings do not have the anti-parasitic effects. So our diets are completely different than they used to be. As long as it's liquid, it has to be safe. Make it happen. Man.
Put in any effort towards like meeting those goals.
Like, you have a lawyer now. We go there, we sit down with them like many times to compromise with them, talk to them. Okay, this is what we want. But they just want to send people out of... In Nigeria now, you know, this business is going around in Nigeria now. Real estates, every small part of the water, they want to sandfill it and sell it.
I think it's important to listen to people. Earlier when they were talking on the boat, I felt like both of them had points. I understood where the policeman was coming from in that, of course, it's not sanitary in a way. But that said, that doesn't mean this is not a lifestyle that somebody's living in, enjoying and growing up in and being happy with and content with, you know? Like, I mean, look at them. You speak to everyone is like, I love it here. It's happy. You know, everyone's happy. We can meet somewhere in the middle. We can clean it up. We can make it feasible for other people as well. It's not just government interests all the time.
Makoko's backstory is even more.
The problem is there's too much money in the government coffers. They need something to spend it on. So if they could convince all these people that they had to go to housing, they would take that government money to build that housing. But there's a step in between. There's going to be a contractor that gets the money from the government to build that housing. So there's money sitting in the bank that they want their buddies to get. So if they could be like, I'll give you $20 million to build low-income housing for all these people. But oh, now it's going to take 5 years and $700 million. Oh, now it's going to take 10 years and $1 billion. And that's the way it works. Then they build really shitty little things to put people in, and they rip off the government. Same thing they do here in America. It's the same scheme. All the problems that the government finds that need to be fixed are all fixed through money. And the money has to go through a company to get the work done. And then that's where they go. That's where you get these freaking decades long railroad issues. Oh, there's too much traffic in California, so we need to build a high-speed rail. Oh, now it's freaking $100 million. Now it's $200 million. Now it's $300 million. Another 10 years, and somebody's cashing those checks. Peppermint cardamom. Yep. Garlic clove. Yeah, I noticed black kids' belly buttons when I was younger. I would stick out. Some of them would stick out like 2 inches. Yeah, that's what they showed here. They were like sticking out like 2 inches. Spices used to be worth more than weight in gold because they were anti-parasitic. And I try to tell people, make sure if you've never done a parasite cleanse before, you should absolutely think about doing it. Talk to your doctor, whatever you need to do. But if you've never gotten rid of and you never got there, something's probably there. They're getting instant garbage from the grocery store. They get a lot of generation parents that don't like anymore like they used to. Yeah, they don't cook, right? They used to take spice to cook out everything. USAID and other countries trickle down scam. Right. But less than 7% of the money that's given to these NGOs and nonprofits make it to the actual problem. So if they get $100 million, 700,000, I'm sorry, 100 million, if they're given $1 million, $70,000 makes it to the problem. The rest goes to the because remember, nonprofit just means the company doesn't make a profit. The people in the company can make money, and they make $1 million a year. The money has to be laundered through a company. That's exactly right. Space Invaders Media, brother. The politicians expect the country said everyone wants to cut. Right. That's why they keep finding problems. Who wins a war? Middle East, Trump, Kame's son. I mean, America. I mean, hopefully the Iranian people end up the winners, and the Iranian people get a new government. Yeah, the contractors win, right? Aramco. What up, John? The government people. Yep, that's right. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. Yep, I take that. This is all natural. This here is all natural. This has fennel seed, marshmallow root, black walnut hull, pumpkin seed, slippery elm bark, wormwood herb, clove bud, garlic bulb, oregano leaf oil, and peppermint leaf oil. And that's a broad spectrum anti-parasitic.
Or devastating. In 2012, the Lagos government gave residents 72 hours notice before demolishing the waterfront. Nearly 3,000 people lost their homes, many without a plan to relocate. Since then, support has barely trickled in. There is no sanitation system, and diseases like malaria spread rapidly. People are surviving, but they're doing it without any help. If the government and the community work together, then real change could actually happen. So in an effort to meet more residents and hear their stories, I'm hopping back on the boat to see where the water will take me.
Yeah, I'll do the trick.
I just got on the boat alone with Friday. What's up, Friday? Just me and Friday going to cruise around and see what we can discover. I like to be on my own sometimes, just kind of see how the experience differs if it's just me. No policemen, no security guards, nobody else. How are you? The smells of this water is out of this world. I can't even begin to describe this smell. It's rancid, it's sticky, it's absolutely crazy that people are living down here. You could see if the water raised just 1 meter, then this entire community would be gone. It would be flooded. You enjoy living here?
Yeah, I enjoy myself.
How much money do you make in one day?
Just 1,500.
Is it difficult to row the boat, no? It's difficult.
No.
He makes 94 cents a day.
You're strong, man.
I'm strong myself.
It's almost like those guys in sitting rooms coming up with ideas on how to for their presence profit from the government. That's exactly right. Government investments. Oh wait, they're kickbacks. Yes, absolutely. That's what. Why do you think we're at the point now where the gender issues are a thing with government? They want to find as many problems that they can fix. And then look at what's been funded. Hundreds of $1 million around the world for gender studies and things. What I'm saying is do it here in America for Americans and let the other countries deal with their people. But they're just ripping us off. Because like I said, they've given like a lot of money for comic books to be drawn. Millions of dollars for one single comic book issue. Space Invaders, that's one of the movies my Uncle Austin directed. There you go.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
What's the best and the worst thing about living here?
I don't even know, sir. But I like this place.
Look in front of us. I don't know how we're gonna get through this crack. The boat just bumps left and right. Yeah. Damn. Roadblock.
Jeez.
Hi. Oh, he just drank the water. Oh man, I just saw the kid drink the water. He jumped in and he just took a big sip of it. Watch out. Ooh, the splash. You know, coming here to Makoko, it really humanizes you. It really makes you appreciate where you come from. Because there's so many people around the world
drink
living
that
in
water, Lord
situations like this.
Alcatraz.
They don't even have access to running water, electricity, even phones, basic sanitation, education. These are gifts that we all have in the Western world. We are cruising down the highway. This is the main highway here in town. I imagine in dark time it's pitch black outside.
No
There's not
lights.
much electricity. This dude's just selling all kinds of shirts. Wow. It's really cool when I look inside all the houses. I see a woman sewing. I see them cooking. There's a guy building nets for the fishermen. I mean, these people are just hustling like any other community. They're stacking bricks over there. I mean, these people are definitely busy. They're not just sitting around all day. They're doing stuff.
As we drift along, Friday suggests we check out a building that means a lot to him, the local orphanage.
We have arrived. Thank you. This is your house. Yeah, how many people live here? Like 10, 20 people?
More.
More?
Yes.
30?
Yes.
What up,
This is your
Matumbe,
house.
brother?
Come in, come in.
How you been, Matumbe? Ain't seen you in a while. How you been? A lot of people think they're going to survive the apocalypse, but then don't have the immune system capable of dealing with it. Oh, yeah, they're done. Drive them boats like illegals drive their cars here. Hey, it's amazing. It's amazing that they all live on the water. How you doing, Matumbe?
These don't look like they're being used. He actually sleeps here. No, there's no pillow and no sheets. They just sleep on the bed.
No blankets.
They just sleep on the bed.
Yeah. So this is male room, while the other one is the female room.
Got it.
I said it was very young when it was being found on the road because you don't know where he's going and you don't know where he is from. So they saw him in the market crying.
No problem.
They
They fabricate pretty much
yes, they
everything.
took him home to come and give to the chief of the company so that we saw this boy in the market.
Really?
You been busy? Good. Good. It's good to stay busy. Good for the mind. Funny 90-day fiance male suitor was wearing all his protective gear to swim. I accidentally swallowed water with my pals. Went down to the Katrina years ago. I didn't get sick, but one did 15 people. He got horribly ill.
Yes, so then they give him a room here to be living.
Is that a normal situation here that happens with many people?
Yeah.
But that's nice that he has a home and he has people, you know, a place to sleep. So the people that sleep here, they're like his brothers and sisters?
Yeah, they're like treat them like a brother and sister, like biological, whereas they are not, but they treat themselves equal.
Do you remember when you were really young, like 3, 4, 5, do you remember what it felt like to be here without parents?
You know, but it's always went from the beginning, from initially when they got lost. So they always sit to think of his parents, but nowhere to be found. So until when they get to the chief place, when they brought him there to the chief, so they treat him like the biological son.
Wow, it's very powerful.
It's a video. I'll post the link in the chat if you want to watch it. This is about Makoko in Nigeria. It's the city on the water. Makoko.
I wasn't expecting to be so touched by the spirit of this orphanage.
My neighbor got lung infections, and he had to have part of his lung removed after going down there. I mean, it was years after that, but he had to go down. He went down there to help, and then he started to get like some mold or something in his lungs that like started to solidify his lungs. The doctor said after he operated on his lung and removed part of it that it was like scraping a metal spoon on the concrete, like that's how much it hardened it.
Nigeria has one of the fastest growing populations on the planet, with an average of 4.9 births per woman. And with so many kids growing up without parents, this place is full of hope. I still haven't made it yet to the local bar, and I'm dying to see where people hang out after a long day of fishing. So Aisha and I
good to see
are
you,
on our way.
How are you liking Nigeria so far?
To be honest, I like places that make you think.
And this is one of them.
And this is one of them, yeah. This is one of them.
It really is.
What are your thoughts so far?
Humbling, like I told you it would be. I've made so many like conspiracy theories, so many little connections with like not understanding that some people are okay living like this.
They seem to be okay, yeah.
They seem to be okay.
It's just life. Look, you're swimming in the water.
Just life.
Are you okay? You're holding on like you're asleep.
I am for dear life because I told you if I fall, leave me in there.
Yeah, we're tilting a little bit. She's like. What would you actually do?
I would stay in there. I'm not coming home.
Got clear pink lungs, good.
So Nigeria is the most popular country in Africa.
asbestos.
That's bizarre.
It is. Even everywhere else in the world, when you find like a huge population of black people, almost always they're Nigerian. Like if you go to a country and you don't see any Nigerians, there's nothing to be found in that country. No money, it's empty.
What does it mean to you to be Nigerian?
All right, we'll check it out later. All right, we're gonna call it a night. It's 10 o'clock here. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I got an early day tomorrow. I'm gonna start streaming probably afternoon. I have to do 3 streams tomorrow, but I have to call it here. Before I get into it, it looks like we seen what we wanted to see. Is it because of asbestos? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's the asbestos that caused that. What's up, movements? All right, I appreciate y'all coming in. Hit the like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all coming out and hanging out.